Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Primetime.
Welcome back. Another
Back.
some good signings.
Bro, this is an exciting time, man. I'm all fired up. Like, I'm ready for training camp. Let's bring on.
Let's go.
I'm ready. Let's do something here. Very, very exciting time. So what's up, everybody? Good to see everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all your interactions on Twitter the last couple of days. It's been complete chaos. Definitely appreciate that. Got to share the link because I didn't do that yet. Mr. Primetime. We entered the day wanting Marcus Williams. We're leaving the day with Jordan Whitehead. Your thoughts?
I'm understanding of the approach. I'm happy with the guys that we got. Two young players, between Reed and Whitehead, both guys that are considered good locker room guys. They're good in run support. I think they're going to help out in a lot of ways. Good for the culture as well. Would I have probably made the offer for Marcus Williams? Would I have probably gone to 15 or 16 million and maybe settled for a lesser corner? Probably. But again, we still need multiple pieces. We're not, one or two players away. I still think we need some high-end talent. I think this puts a little bit more pressure on Douglas to find that in the draft, which is fine. I think that's how he wants to build his team. I was kind of looking for maybe one guy that he'd be willing to break his rule for and overpay on. I thought that might be Williams, but I'm still okay with the signings.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, dude. Like, I like Jordan Whitehead. I liked him when we did, like, the beginning of this process. I pinpointed him as the kind of guy I like. They basically got two guys for the price of one. You got these guys both for the price of Marcus Williams. I think on even money, he was going to go to the Ravens. Even for a little bit less money, he probably would have went to the Ravens. So I don't hate it. They're addressing needs, man. And the one thing everything you see these guys, they love the game of football, high character guys, locker room guys. They got freaking Super Bowl experience. I mean, these are young guys with playoff experience, Super Bowl experience, and they're guys Sal's familiar with. I mean, it's hard to be mad about it, dude. Like, they're addressing holds, and there's good contracts, smart contracts, quality players, not the splashiest of signings, but you're getting good value. You have flexibility in the draft now. You still have room to do other things if you want. And you still have cap money too. Somebody falls in your hands, somebody else out there you want to get, you can still make a play for them. So, dude, I'm excited, man. Like, you don't know what to expect in free agency, and you're coming with all these guys. Dude, sign me up. I'm good.
In particular today, the thing that I like the most is that you got two guys that are 25 and 26. So,
exactly.
The length of the contract or anything like that. I mean, all these deals have been, 2 years, 3 years, which has been, Joe Douglas's philosophy since he's been here, having those outs to get out of contracts. So I understand all that. I understand the approach. But again, I just think it puts so much more of an emphasis to actually hit a home run in the draft. You want to sign 6, 7 guys and scatter it around, which is what I thought they were going to do. I'm perfectly fine with it. I think they did find at least, 3 or 4 good starters that are going to contribute. But again, like, you got to hit on the draft now. You got to find that high-end talent somewhere. I think these are all culture guys. They do have some upside, especially the signings today. They're younger. They're on the rise. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
not as excited as some people, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited because I like Jordan Whitehead. I liked him the whole time. I think he's a thumper, man. He's got attitude to him. He's an enforcer. He's versatile. A lot of these guys, him and Reed, can both play different spots in the secondary. You can move them around a lot. So, I mean, obviously, the one interesting thing that came out of today was, Connor Hughes came out and said the Jets were kind of content at linebacker. When I was like, what? That's ridiculous to me. But you're only 2 days in the free agency, so a lot of things are going to happen. You still have the draft. There's a million more moves that can happen, but the early start, the early promise is good. You're getting solid type guys that solid knows, guys Sal's can bring in, and now guys that can kind of like sell his program. Like, Tomlinson knows LaFleur's offense. That's going to help. Reed played in Sal's defense. This help. It's all like pieces. And I'm excited, man. I really am. I'm still holding out for my Cordell Patterson little dream there to kind of add another piece to the offense, but I think the Jets are probably going to focus on defense. But, dude, good start. Really good start.
Yeah, and I saw the way that Berrios' contract was structured. I think they're only paying him like $3.5 million this year. So they should have a decent amount of money left to spend still.
Absolutely. And the one position that's very interesting to me is center. Because there are a couple centers out there. I haven't been online for about an hour and a half. I don't know if Bozeman went anywhere. You got JC Treader's out there. I think Darren just said it too. There's like 2 or 3 centers that, depending of your opinion on McGovern, is an upgrade. And it's like, again, we talked about this last night. McGovern, people say he's great, he sucks, whatever else, top 10 center. There are guys that are legitimate upgrades out there. And if you cut McGovern, you save money too. So do the Jets make that move, or do they stay with continuity for Zach and say we'll keep the center in front of him?
Short-term continuity, yes. I mean, you have a chance to upgrade, like you just said, but you also have a chance to get somebody in here that's going to be with Zach for 3 to 4 years, possibly. Instead of where McGovern, he's got 1 year left on his contract. What's he looking for at the end of this year? If he has another year, according to PFF, where he's a top 10 center, are you giving him another 3-year contract? I don't know. So if you have a chance to kind of reset that contract right now for another 3 years, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the center positions one's curious to me. Other than that, you look, we're getting a lot of messages, and I'm an Allen Robinson fan. I don't think that's happening now. I think his money is going to be astronomical at this point. So that's kind of like, that's a nice to have, but not going to happen. You're probably going to see, now you'll probably see a lot of depth signings, if anything, unless there's some, name that comes out of the tree, some guy that gets cut that surprises everybody. But do you see any other big moves happening now after the last 2 days?
I don't think so.
No.
I just think that if they did have that intention of going out and signing a big name, that probably would have been done, in the first 2 or 3 days.
And if I'm being completely transparent, like the whole Tyrann Mathieu thing, and I've liked him for the last 3 times he was available. Every time he was like a trade option or something, like we always said, we got to sign him. I don't mind going for the younger guy here. Like, I respect what Mathieu brings in terms of just his experience, his tone, his leadership, all of that. But I mean, this, like, you're going a little bit more young. Whitehead's got experience. I just like that youth movement more a little bit. You got LaMarcus Joyner back there. Yeah. There's rumors that Jets could still be interested in Marcus May, which to me is shocking.
Saw that too. Yep.
It's remarkable if that's true. So I'm not mad that they didn't go after Mathieu. They had a legitimate. They wanted Whitehead. That was their guy. And if you're going to say Sal's a defensive coach and they know what they want and who they like, then I'm going to trust them with that.
A little upset at all that they didn't make like a harder push for Williams, or no?
No, I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen, dude. Like, going into this, we kept saying, like, I don't think the Jets wanted to set the market for anybody. And I think they made a good offer and they realized,
Do you think they should have?
No, I think that you set your price and you're like,
you know what? Yet?
No, we're not that sides of it. Yeah. We're not one player away. And I think at that point, I think as a player, when you reach a certain salary level, when it's like, if I get $14 million offer from the Ravens, I'm going to take it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to get the most I can out of the team I really want to go to. And the Jets going to probably offer, you got to probably offer like $2 million more to come here. So, you know what? We're not there yet. We're probably a year away from being that team, though, dude. I think we're a year away from saying we're these like superstar free agents. Like, let's consider them now. They're a team on the rise. Like, this is like your building block year, and the next year is a go get them year. So
exactly what I think. Yep. As long as you're somewhere in that 8 to 10 win range this year, there's good vibes on Saleh. Wilson takes another step. You could definitely sell this team to a multitude of free agents next year.
Yeah, and the guys you're signing now are kind of guys that can help you recruit too. Like these guys are respected. Tomlinson's a guy that's very well respected. They're all Whitehead. A lot of guys are really, really, they're getting a good name around the league. And the most important thing is, dude, is like all you hear is about they're super competitors, they're intense competitors, they're it's like there were times last year, especially on defense, where you're like, this team has no edge to them. Like, they're just getting steamrolled. Nobody cares. You saw it on offense. Zach Wilson's getting his ass beat. Nobody cared. I think that tone's going to start changing. We're going to get a little more feisty guys, a little more intense guys, because Elijah Moore's that guy. Michael Carter's that guy. Like, you have those guys, Vera Tucker. You start adding more, like, what they call them, dogs. You know what I mean? Like, you add that little.
Go back to that.
You know what I mean? That's kind of what you want. So I'm
and
excited,
man. And that's what all the reports seem to say on Reed and Whitehead. That they're
every one of them, dude. They're great,
physical, plenty of energy. They help out and run support. So it's exactly what we need.
Uzomah,
all the angles that Ashton Davis was taking last year. I'm like,
but you see them all, like, you watch. Cause I was going like back on YouTube and watching different things, and you do like the guys that are all mic'd up and stuff like that. And obviously, a lot of times you do that. They put on a little show. But you can tell, man. It's just that energy, that passion that at times this Jets team has lacked, especially under Gase. You're getting it back now. It's going to match your head coach. Your head coach is a fiery dude who we started seeing more of at the end of last year. His like pure personality started coming out, and now your players are going to match that. And that's how you get all the, just everything starts changing. So the only bad sign for free agency as of this far for Jets is Nathan Shepard. They didn't re-sign him, did they?
That's what the chat's saying.
They re-signed Nathan Shepard?
I saw a few comments that he got re-signed. I'll check.
Did they really? For what? The penalties? To just make sure we get that one that he works, plays 12 plays, gets 2 penalties.
Yeah, he's back.
What?
Nathan Shepard is back. Wow.
I guess for depth, huh?
See if we can find a contract.
Wow, the first move I don't like.
Well, you need a depth on the deal.
We need one penalty guy. We need one guy we can complain about. We can't be happy.
Just curious how much he's making.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's wild. Oh well.
I don't see anything about the contract though. Unless somebody else has it.
What's up, William? So thank you guys for all joining us.
Connor Hughes is saying that he thinks it's going to be a near minimum deal.
Oh, it's for the minimum. It's they're saying too. Yeah,
because they only had Tanzel Smart and Jonathan Marshall behind Rankins and Quinton Williams, unless you're moving Franklin Myers inside. It's
a depth guy, and I guess maybe you could draft somebody. He could probably be if you upgrade the position, you could probably cut other guys. I'm surprised they like him.
Mike McCagnon knew.
Oh shit! All right, so we will go to the calls. Talk about whatever you want. If you pull a Jake and you try to come on this show and bring us down, you're gonna get booted. I'm telling you right now. I'm not tolerating negativity tonight. Not doing it.
What?
Nope.
Why not?
I'm not doing it. It's time to be excited, man. There's just like I had one guy attacking me on Twitter today. He's like, bro, all the guys we missed out on this and that. I'm like, you're the guy that sits home and just finds things wrong with the sunny day. Like it's sunny degrees and 80, but it's not 81. Like, come on, man.
I'll disagree with it, but I'll never be mad at people that just have that negative mindset until they actually, see something tangible to turn it around. You want to be the skeptic all the time. That's fine.
Sam, you have bigger things to worry about. But Sam Darnold, you're calling me a dictator. Sam, you got to worry about Deshaun Watson coming taking your job and being a backup.
Falcons are going to get him now. Falcons are going to go get him.
So you want to call in and be negative, good luck. Primetime will let me just attack you. So that's where we're going to be. So we're going to go to Steve. What's up, man?
What's up, fellas? Happy Tuesday. How are you?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing great.
Doing pretty good. And I think you guys said it best, too, about the people we're bringing in. Obviously, Uzama, just came from a Super Bowl team. He saw that jump that the Jets were in, 2 wins to 4. Then, not saying the Jets will go to the Super Bowl, but, they made a big leap in year 3. And I think it's big, seeing the safety from the Bucs. All these guys that have had playoff game experience and coming from winning cultures. I mean, the safety we got, Brady just came out of retirement. He didn't want to stay. He was willing to come to us. So I think that was a big, telling sign for us today. And I think, that's the thing people have to get used to with Joe Douglas. He's going to pay what he wants, and he's going to go after that mid to upper tier, not like the high end guys. If Mike McCagnon ran this offseason, I think you would have seen those big names come off the board.
Like the Jaguars, right?
Yeah, I think he would have done the Jaguars approach, or like Allen Robinson the first day would have gotten $20 million. But whatever. I think now it opens up the draft a lot. I'm as guilty as anybody else. Like I love watching, mock drafts and all that other stuff. But now I'm not really thinking of lineman at number 4 overall anymore. Everyone else, if it wasn't an edge, said, all right, it's going to be a no tackle or a guard. But I don't think that's necessarily the case anymore to do that.
Probably not thinking safety at 4 either.
No, I don't think so.
If whole timeout now.
What?
Because now, in theory, the way this is breaking out, you may not be thinking safety at 4, but you could be thinking best player available. Safety could happen at 10.
I'm more open to it now. I was never like purely anti-Hamilton. I was just anti-Hamilton at 4 at the state that we were. But even me, like I'm starting to come around. Like if we continue to supplement free agency over the next few days, and you really plan on getting a receiver at 10 or whatever you have future plans for, and I'm fine with Hamilton if things shake out that way.
What was priority number 1 of this offseason?
To protect Zach Wilson. I know that's still true. That's still true.
If you have the option of getting a number 1 wideout versus a safety, I got to take the wideout. Especially,
but I think you can get both.
We haven't
take the safety at 4 and then take the wideout at 10
or anybody like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, Kevin. I just think that you could potentially get both, and I think you also have to play the draft to its strengths. Is it a huge reach if you take a receiver or someone else at 4? That's really not. It depends. I agree with you, but I think you also have to take what the draft gives you, like at the top 2.
So are there any free agents left right now that you're kind of looking out and say, you know what, let's try and make a run at them while we still have a chance?
I don't really have anyone off the top of my head. But as long as we're not breaking the bank and we're continuing to do what we do, get those young guys. Don't get, a 32-year-old guy, someone that's going to be here for the next 2 to 3 years and not going to break the bank. I like that we're spreading the money around, not just like, all right, CJ Mosley, $18, Bell, $14.
Yeah.
It's nice to see the opposite direction for once. And we saw it last year, but you're really seeing that Joe Douglas is, this is my method and this is how it's going to go.
No, I'm excited, man. I think you made a good point. I think next year Joe Douglas could get a little bit more aggressive. The Jets win 8 or 9 games. He may make that McCagnon move where he makes that big splash signing. But right now, I think he knows where we're at where he's got to maximize his resources. And he's like, you know what? Right now, we can't be that team that spends, $20 million on Amari Cooper or $18 million on Marcus Williams. We need more. We need just more, just more quantity now, quantity of good players. And next year, he may have the ability to say, you know what? Let's take that shot, So
yeah, I'm just trying to wonder. Besides Kirk, when the next free agent wide receiver is going to get signed. I mean, I know someone was signed today. That came from
gone.
and what's the other guy that came from the Falcons?
Gage is gone. Russell Gage is gone.
Yeah, but when like Robinson and some of those other big name wide receivers going to go, I mean, because the longer they're out there, I would think their market should slightly go down if it takes like a week or for the first major guy to go. So you never know.
What are your thoughts on possibly trading for Laviska Shenault? I heard the Jags were possibly.
Because I mean, they're saying like they're saying like he's like their wide receiver 4 or 5 anyway, and they're not sure with the Peterson system that he's going to be like that direct, glowing fit. And they say he's a pretty good route runner, so I'm fine to do it for a mid-round pick.
Seems like a perfect gadget guy for the offense too. Pair him
exactly.
Cordell Patterson, man. Cordell Patterson, God damn it, he can do it.
You can use Shenault the same way, and he's 23 years old.
I'm not going to give a draft pick though.
That's a good point.
Patterson's like 30 years old.
Yeah, but he's got no miles on his tires. Steve, thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of the night.
You too.
Have a good night, man.
Bye.
All right. Positivity. A Positivity Tuesday here. So I got to make sure I share the link because
I need Steve to call in. The other Steve.
No, I'm not dealing with Steve's bullshit tonight. I'm just no nonsense night tonight.
I heard you guys got along the last show.
He was nice, man. And he actually supported the fundraiser too. He bought the shirt. I'm like, I got to be nice to this guy.
So it's just a one-time thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's not going to last long.
Okay.
So, all right, we'll go to Bubs. Bubs, what's up, man?
Hello. Thanks for having me on.
What's up,
of course, man.
By the way, I found this stat pretty interesting from Connor Hughes. This is the first Mike McCagnon draft pick to get a second contract from the team, Nathan Shepard.
Oof.
So
him getting it's debatable because I don't think he should have came back.
Ouch.
But anyway, I'm just like most of the Jets fans and you guys as well. I'm really, really like what we've done the past 2 days.
You don't look very excited, man. You have the same expression if you're happy or sad. You don't smile, man. You got to be excited. Like loosen the shoulders.
He's not too
up,
high.
man.
He's not too low. He's staying even
he's all
keel,
tense in the shoulders,
process.
dude. Relax, man. You can enjoy things, man.
But like you guys are saying too, I really like that we're bringing in guys that have experience, know what it takes for the locker room to turn things around, get to playoffs, get to the postseason. Like Steve said, Uzama coming from a 2-win to a 4-win team to a Super Bowl team, coming out of the AFC. That is really great, and it finally shows you the direction that this team's going in, unlike under previous, administrations and other GMs and stuff like that. So that's really a positive sign. I don't really think we're probably going to make – I really want Allen Robinson. I would probably say that we're not going to go after him at this point. Maybe we make a trade for, Shenault or somebody like that, but I don't see us going out and spending a big top dollar on, on Robinson or somebody like that at this point where we've already made some really nice additions the first couple days. One thing I wanted to say, though, was I know you guys were talking about it. No more, maybe not another receiver, but could you see them going out maybe in a cornerback market and making another trade for another guy?
Like
maybe?
Who?
I don't really know. That's what I was asking. Like, if you guys had anybody.
Here's the only reason I don't think that way. If you also saw the other tweet from Connor Hughes, and he's been saying this for a few weeks about solidifying the one cornerback spot and then having things where Bryce Hall, Eccles, and Isaiah Dunn are all competing on the other side. So you have 3 viable options that are all young, that all know the system, that are all coming back. You have all those guys compete on one side for relatively cheap, and then you just added your other corner in DJ Reed. So I don't think they're going to go after somebody prominent, and you still have Carter in the slot. So I don't think they're going to go after anybody prominent. I could see.
Is Javelin Guidry still on the team or no?
I think so, right?
I think he is. Yeah,
he didn't get released. Yeah, he should be.
Yeah, and like you said,
he was slotted behind Carter.
Yeah, I think he's more the depth guy. Yep. But like you said too, with the guys being 25 and 26, that's great. Young guys, not going out and signing a 34-year-old to a massive 4-year deal. These guys are young, room to improve.
The prime of their career, man. They're going into the peak of their. You're going to get their best years of football coming up. That's apparently it's what you want at least. And it's exciting, man. Like, and to answer your question about corners. I guess you could probably look for some maybe more veteran depth if you want to, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets go in the draft and go pick someone kind of high and say, you know what, they may like Eccles, they may like Bryce Hall, but if you can get another stud corner add to the mix, the more competition, the better, and go for it, man. That wouldn't be surprising me at all.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. And you just keep adding young assets. Sauce Gardner maybe could be an option or somebody like that. And I love the fact too that we built around Wilson. Finally got a tight end. That was probably when I was most excited because I've been wanting a tight end so badly, and finally
we need another one, man. Add a second one, man.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think we're probably more likely to go through the draft to get another one, whether it's McBride or somebody.
That's fine.
But to have a rotation of two really solid guys is huge for Wilson, huge for the offense. And you know, getting Tomlinson, another guy knows the system, you know, was under, you know, LaFleur and, you know, and then with the Niners in that offense, and that's obviously huge as well. I know the rumors too about Marcus May have been popping up a little bit. In the range, like how much would you be willing to give him per year?
7.
That's about it.
8,
5,
maybe,
6,
max.
7. I mean,
he's coming off injury.
Coming off a major injury.
He's going to be suspended too, probably, right, for the first game or two, I would think.
He's got a lot of dust needs to settle with him. You got to pass his physical, get healthy. When can he be full speed? Usually coming back after the injury, you're not going to see your best player to probably mid-season, right?
Although they were saying today that like I guess Saleh was impressed with whatever he was showing in the locker room before he got hurt. So
yeah, I wouldn't pay him a lot though.
I don't think you can trust him to pay him a lot.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I mean, you can get Barrios for 2 years, $12 million. I'd assume you could probably get May.
If you can get that same contract for May, I would probably do that.
I'd take that. And I love that Barrios deal too, because for a guy that some people were saying, or some people wanted or said they would give him that. Some people thought he would want $8-9 million to get him for
shocked,
2 years.
Dude. I was completely shocked. As it was,
in the first year is only $3.5 million. It's crazy.
Because as it was playing out, you saw the ridiculous contracts as the wide receivers being handed out. You're like, all right, like this market is going to skyrocket. And then I think a couple of the websites like, oh, Barrios is at $8 million a year now, $9 million a year now. So that's how you know these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because he got it for $6. So it's just like it's a good value, man. He wanted to come back. The Jets wanted him back, and it worked out. And it's a good fit. And you can see like Zach Wilson's happy. It's one like we talked about this last night. Like you got one of his guys. Like that's one of your guys that earned the contract. And you brought him back. So it's a feel good in the locker room. It's positive, and he's a good player. So that can't hurt.
Yeah. And like even you said with the locker room respecting him, like you all saw the guys on social media retweeting it, posting about it, JFM.
Everybody, George,
everybody's
Harder, everybody.
Yeah, everybody's pumped up. Guy that's respected around the locker room, a guy that, definitely is, going to be a key piece going forward for this offense and for Wilson. And him and Wilson already built chemistry. So I think too, for Wilson, to see that the organization's bringing back a guy that I think they both believe in each other, I think is also huge for Wilson's confidence, just to show that, like on the draft call, when Douglas said this team's going to lift you, that's a part of it. Bringing back guys that Wilson has chemistry with, bringing back guys that Wilson trusts and they trust Wilson, and that's all correlates into one, and that's hopefully what's going to lead to success with this team.
No, I agree completely, man. Thanks for calling in, Bubs. We appreciate it.
Yep, thanks for having me on.
No problem.
Well done, man. Have a good night.
Back-to-back good calls here. This is impressive stuff. So,
who's gonna ruin it?
I mean, it's nobody's going to ruin it, man. We're embracing positivity tonight. The only position I'm most curious about, well, there's two. It's center is one that's fascinating to me. That's I guess a preference of Saleh and Joe Douglas if they like McGovern that much. And then linebacker too. If you're happy with Mosley and Quincy Williams, I almost thought Quincy Williams was like a backup guy.
I've seen this a few times. Miles Jack, any interest?
I always liked him, but they're saying there's
health issues. I wanted just to draft him instead of Darren Lee.
Me too. Just there's a couple guys like we've been doing the show too long, dude. Because there's guys that have gone through their contracts that I still want. I'm like, dude, I wanted them 5 years ago.
We wanted to draft him. We wanted to sign him the first time he's a free agent, second time he's a free agent.
So we're gonna
get them when they're broken down.
What's up, man? You're on mute, man. You're on mute. Oh, this is the first one. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Come on, Luca. What happened?
Oh no.
We're trying, man. We're trying.
Kind of mic issue.
Oh,
one second. All right.
He gave us the finger, man. Give us the finger. All right. And there he
It's
goes.
the right finger. Though.
And now he's back.
All right.
Can you guys hear me?
There you go.
There we go.
What's up, guys?
How you
Long
doing,
time
man?
no
Travel?
see.
Where you been, man?
Doing a lot of things, traveling, podcast, journalism, stuff like that. Got into college last year, so it's been a busy
Congrats.
time.
Where you
for me.
going?
I'm going to St. Francis College in downtown Brooklyn.
Where you been
Awesome.
traveling
Congrats,
to?
I went to the Football Hall of Fame in the summer. I also went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the summer. Planning to go up the.
Wait, I got a
What's
question
that?
for you. So for the Football Hall of Fame, as a Jets fan, isn't it an awful experience? Because all you see is like Steelers stuff and Cowboy stuff and Raiders. Like you become envious of every other team in the 49ers. And the Jets have a little thing. You have like a little Namath thing. You have the Curtis Martin thing. But other than like, there's not a lot of Jet stuff in there, man.
It's unfortunate, absolutely
Yeah.
unfortunate, but it was a real nice experience going there.
Yeah,
That
it's cool.
stuff. Went to Florida in January, and then me and my brother, and a friend of mine are plan to go up to Fenway Park in July.
Nice.
Oh, that's
there you
awesome.
go. Making moves.
Yep, definitely. I'm really
Very
happy about
nostalgic.
this offseason, though, just to get right into it. I mean, we're filling our needs. I mean, the last time I was this happy, I'll be honest, was 2019, but we were overpaying. You know, we paid
Yeah.
Mosley $17 million a year. Bell was $13 million a year. What Joe Douglas is doing right now is he's filling his needs and he's not overpaying. Right value, right contracts, and that's what I like. I know some people are out there upset. You know, we didn't get Marcus Williams, we didn't get Stephon Gilmore, we got this guy that's 5'9", whatever. But DJ Reed, apparently, yes, he's 5'9", but he's also physical for a corner his
Yeah.
size, and he's also very good in the zone scheme, and he's also a plus run defender, so that
He's
helps
also
a
a good
lot.
man.
Is he somebody that you feel confident though putting on like a Stephon Diggs? Like you think he can match up with the legitimate number one wideout?
Maybe. I'm not sure, honestly. I think he's a solid number 2, but maybe
what I
you
keep
want to
hearing,
increase
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Maybe
He's
'cause-
better than Bryce Hall and Brandon Eccles. So he's going to be your
Yes,
number
that's
one
true.
guy for your number one guy for now. But if you do more zone, then I think how you hide all this is improve your pass rush. Like you're
But
getting
I
better
al-
cover guys,
Yep.
better man guys, and get
And
Carl
improve your
Lawson these guys
safeties.
going. Yeah.
But I also remember seeing constantly Brandon Eccles matched up with Stephon Diggs last season. I wanted to tear my eyes out because it made no sense. Why are you putting a number 2 corner on number 1 wide receiver? That doesn't make any sense.
We can only do
But
what you have,
apparent-
though. I mean, that's
That's true, but apparently, what Salah said, they don't shadow guy. They don't
Yeah.
have like their number 1 corner shadow the opposing team's best wide receiver. But I'm not against drafting a corner, maybe mid rounds. Some guy like Khair Alam from I think Florida, and then some other guys in the mid rounds. I can't come up with the names at the moment. I'm all in. I am all in on edge at 4.
Yep. I can see that.
Wide receiver at 10, as Primetime said, because we need to help Zach Wilson out. Tight end 2 and a wide receiver 1. That's all this offense needs to get going.
No arguments here, man. I could see that too because they have a premium on pass rushers. They didn't get one in free agency as of yet, so that could be at 4. Wide receiver at 10, second round, get a tight end.
But if Hutchinson and Thibodeau are both gone, do you feel okay taking the third best pass rusher at pick 4? Or does that bother you at all?
Doesn't bother me.
Maybe trade back or get Karlaftis or Jermaine Johnson out of Florida.
Jermaine
State.
Johnson's the guy, I think. Yep.
Also,
Or just go
Tuesday
safety. Or just go
rising up boards.
safety, man. The safety can do the same thing. He's a pass rusher.
Yeah,
too,
we just
so.
signed a safety. We're fine.
second round, third round is good for safety. There's a ton that are versatile.
I agree.
Daxton Hill,
I agree.
Jaquan Brisker, but also from what the Jets should do in free agency remaining, I agree with you guys. I'm not crazy about the linebackers outside of C.J. Mosley. I mean, Quincy Williams is a good run stopper, but he's not good in pass coverage. We need a guy who's better in pass coverage. I like Jayon Brown personally, but I don't know what he's going to cost. But I also like a guy who needs to fill that Vinny Curry role. Maybe a Justin Houston.
So you definitely need somebody else. I think you just need more speed in the linebacker group. You just need guys that can run around more and do more. You know, they had hopes for Jared Davis. They had hopes for Blake Hash. Neither one of them panned out. You got to add somebody, man. Unless it's in the draft, they go later on. I know they
it's really
like
high on Sherwood and Ashraldine, which
I was going to say that they were pretty high on Sherwood. They threw him at middle linebacker at desperation. Maybe they're high on him too, but he definitely got to incorporate somebody, man.
I also like, Tyson, you bringing up that we brought a team. Well, we brought free agents that are competitors, that are dogs.
Yeah.
Like many times during the season last year, I was watching Jared Davis and Sherrod Neesman just running cardio out there. It's not like they didn't compete.
Well, it was just like you want tenacious guys. Like the team was like they were learning a lot last year. A lot of inexperienced guys, inexperienced coaching staff, all these different things. But you need that edge. You need that physicality. You need somebody's going to slap you across the face. Like, listen, enough, cut the shit. Like, we can't give up 300 yards rushing in a game. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have guys that get angry and get physical. Like, Whitehead's a popper, man. He will lay you out. Just the physical nature, that whole different element on defense you need. And then on offense, too, Tomlinson's going to bring an edge to the offensive line. You need that, too. If you look back to the days with Rex Ryan, the ground to pound, that offensive line was nasty, man. They were physical. They were nasty. And they wore you down. They stole your soul by the third quarter. And that's what you want to implement on both sides of the ball. That's what you have to have.
I think this unit can be at least top 10, top 15. I mean, they were honestly top 15 last season towards the end with LDT as your guard. I think we should sign him back for depth, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Weren't they talking to him today? Weren't there rumors that they were still talking to him about bringing him back for depth?
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem bringing him back at all, man. Yeah. That'd be a solid move.
Yeah, $3 million. Yeah. Why not?
And I was also, just escaped my mind just now, I'm not a fan of re-signing Marcus May, honestly. We can draft a safety, but it's just too much of a risk with him. Like, obviously, Tyson brought up that he might be suspended. He's coming off a major injury. How much is he going to want? And another question is, what's his relationship with the Jets front office?
Yeah,
especially with the agent putting stuff out there in July, I think it was.
So this could be a ridiculously humbling experience too, man. Where it's like you think you're going to get this mega payday. Now you have this injury. You had the legal battles. It could be humbling, man. But like, you know what? I got to take what they give me now because I don't have this big market anymore. He has value, but it's not going to be nowhere near what he thought it was. So you never know. You can get a deal from him.
Yeah, I'm also not a fan of re-signing Shepard, but
I
guess veteran minimum. Or even a little bit more than that.
Ideally, you would line him up as a rotational player next to Sheldon Rankins, and then you'd have probably Huff and somebody else on the outside.
Yeah,
Maybe that veteran that I was talking about, like somebody who could fill that Vinny Curry role, even though he didn't play last year.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean.
Like
every time you saw Shepard last year, he's either committing a penalty or looking back and saying, "Who'd I just miss?" There's always a guy running past him. So,
that's true.
With me, he could just be a guy that can be cut soon. So we don't know. So
let me just say for the record,
yes,
this is the Jets are the only team that's making me happy right now. The Knicks are mediocre and the Yankees are incredibly disappointing.
I completely agree. Thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
See you guys.
Have a good night, Luca.
All right, 3 good ones in a row, man. This is a positive start to the show.
Good start.
Say hello to everybody. What's up, Richard? Let's see. We got the punter out there. What was it, Hecker from the Rams?
Hecker?
He's out there. Yeah. Let's see. We got what's up, Panda? Hope your stream is doing well. Not sure how that's going.
Panda's back.
Yeah. Come in and say hi. Probably do some promotion.
Appreciate you checking in. That's for us little people,
Yeah, no, it's it's true. It's very true. We're gonna go to John in Atlanta. Haven't talked to him in a while.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up, John? How you been?
Tell us.
How you been? Oh man, I'm happy. I'm gonna get the negative out the way yet. Just like Lucas said, I don't understand Nathan Shepard. I don't understand Connor McDermott, and I don't understand LaMarcus Joyner.
Gotta have depth.
3, besides, yeah, I get it, but I think they're gonna get cut in training camp at the final cuts. But
what's wrong with LaMarcus Joyner, man? He's a veteran guy. He's versatile.
He did nothing last year. He got hurt.
Well, he got hurt.
If on the same play, why would I want to bring you back?
Because
those 3 guys.
They obviously like something they saw in him, though, dude. It's like that's a freak injury. What are you gonna do? You bring him back. They're not paying him a lot.
Yeah, I'd still go with somebody.
They had high hopes for him before he got hurt too, so I don't mind
that. Free agency so far has been a blessing in disguise. I'm the optimistic Jet fan. I always think they're going to do good, and now I have friends telling me that I'm the Jets guy. I've always think, oh, they're going to go 16-0 and 17-0, but Joe Douglas has, and Joe we trust, like everybody says. Kind of, he said it the best. Joe has his walking away price. He's not going to go above it. Marcus Williams, I wanted, but once he got to that number, hey, you just can't give him that much.
Yep.
I'm sorry to say that. Kristen Kirk going to the Jaguars for 18 or 21 million.
That contract is crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody that they gave money to has been overpaid for it.
Yep.
Do they even have a cap salary?
The only problem is when they do that, though, it fucks up the market for everybody else. That's the problem.
It kills the markets.
Yep.
But Lincoln Thompson, I still want to the tackle out of NC State. I want to draft them at 4. I know that ain't going to happen now. The tight end Uzama, I like him out of the Bengals. Uh, so the draft I'm looking into, I hate to say this, I'm looking at Hamilton at 4 and maybe either end at 10 or wide receiver and get the end later on. Depth piece wise, I want Zion Johnson out of NC State, and I think in the later rounds, like round 4, you get your backup center with Lindstrom out of Boston College also, and I'll just go there.
But nice to see you happy, man. It's like you're happy, you're encouraged,
So-
you're get Brad.
I would say you'd consider going back to back defense, 4 and 10, safety and
Got-
edge rusher.
Yeah, our defense sucked last year.
But you wouldn't wait, hold on. But where would you go receiver at?
Either 10 or 35.
Yeah, I go 10. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
I think
go
10 makes the
10.
most sense.
I go
Because you're
10.
probably there's a good chance you get the best receiver, or maybe somebody in the top 10 picks one, but you're not going to see more than one guy go in the top 10. So
No.
you're going to get
If you
your
go
your
if you
pick
go
of-
Hamilton at 4, you got to go. You need an end. You need a top end. So I'll go 10. I'll either go Johnson or Walker. And then when it comes back to 35, I'll double up on 35 and 38. I'll double on the offense and go wide receiver, tight end.
do that
There's
too.
gonna be a lot of ways to do it, man. That fourth pick is gonna be really interesting to see. Well, there's still moves that can be made now from now until the draft, but it's gonna be really, really interesting. So, John, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, have a good one.
Good seeing you, man.
Talking with you, man.
All this Hamilton talk tonight. This is fascinating
Why?
stuff.
don't
I wonder
understand
what
it.
happens these days. It's just
We
interesting
don't need a
stuff,
safety.
man. Yeah,
Secondary
man,
can
just
wait.
Best
Secondary
player
can wait.
available if he's out there, man.
No.
It's
This offseason's about Zach Wilson. Secondary can wait. We'll be okay for another year. Salah's going to figure it out.
Uh,
Help Zach Wilson, please.
I love it. This is
do
outstanding,
this.
man. This is such a
I'm-
good time.
I'm going to be miserable on the stream if we go safety at 4.
This is
And
just,
eventually
this is
I'll
just-
come around and I'll like Hamilton, but the night of the draft, if we take him at 4, this is going to be a shit show.
And just so everybody knows, I have not said a word. The conversation is being brought
Bullshit.
up. I'm just
Your
commenting
facial
on it.
expressions say it all. That's all we need
Because
to
I just
see.
find it interesting how everybody
Yeah,
hated the whole
yeah.
Hamilton idea. Hated the Hamilton idea. Now a couple moves happen. Now it's like best player available. We got to work on these
No,
things.
we signed Whitehead. We got a safety. We don't need Hamilton anymore. We're good.
Yeah, but this is
We're
now
good.
it's about best player available. So if we're gonna go to Chris, what's up, man?
If you repeat the past, you are destined to repeat.
I don't know what there's no repeating. Hamilton's
So,
a unicorn.
So I gotta say, what the hell? Yeah, my ass chewed out last week for talking about the draft, but today it's okay. Like on the eve of free agency, it's okay to talk draft now.
Tyson's
No one else
allowing
gets
this.
yelled at.
I'm trying to talk free
Yeah,
agency.
no,
and he's all about
dude,
Hamilton right now.
Dude, you're definitely enabling the Hamilton discussions.
I don't know
an
what you're
enabler
talking
for
about,
sure.
man. I'm just sitting
See?
here. I mean,
See? Yep.
I'm just commenting to the chat, reacting. You know, nothing crazy.
You're using your platform with ulterior motives.
Yep. I agree.
But
I'm
Sharing
insulted.
but hey, it kind of quiet on the veteran edge market front, huh? I thought you would have seen some movement by now. Chandler Jones, Zadarius Smith, who, man, I don't see us really
interested
making
in
any more
Jones.
big splashes. But dude, I would love Zadarius Smith still. I mean,
But how much do you think he's gonna get though?
I don't know. I mean, the fact that they're not coming, nothing really basing it off of, right? We don't.
I mean, are they
Who's-
waiting
who's
for Chandler
signed right now,
Jones to
right?
set the market? Maybe are they waiting for like a bigger guy to set the market? I don't know. I mean,
That's what it has. The only other thing I could think of, and I mean, kind of indirectly, is waiting to see what happens with Watson, where he goes for maybe some of these other dominoes to fall. See what teams can allocate where else. You know, I think. I mean, I don't know. But
so what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the guys they signed so far?
dude, I mean, sure, you could be like, oh, I wish we could have got this guy. I wish we could have got that guy. But there's no way in hell that anybody could say that they're upset with where we're at right now from where we were not even 48 hours ago. Like, we dipped our hands at almost every position that we need a piece for. You know what I mean? Like, you completely open up your draft board where you're not tied to anything right now. You know, you have viable pieces in play. I mean, Tomlinson was huge. Uzama, I never even thought would hit the free agent market, alone us be the one to get him. Like,
Yep.
I mean, I wanted Schultz. You know, I thought he was going to hit before they, moved everything else around and restructured Dak and all that kind of stuff. But I never thought
even Boomer said this morning. Boomer Sai said this morning. He's like Uzama was enormous in that locker room, man. He was a huge emotional leader, a valuable asset to Joe Burrow. He thinks it was a mistake by the Bengals letting him go.
Yep.
So,
what do you think? We still need some pass rush help. Do you think they might do with Vinny Curry like we did with Joyner? We had interest in him the year before. You know what I mean? Just kind of bring him back. Hopefully,
is Curry still trying to play this year? Because I know he had like a serious medical thing last year, right? Like wasn't it like heart related?
I thought he was just taking the rest of that. Well, when he was out for the year, he had no way to come back. When they put him on IR when they did. But I thought he said he'd be ready for this year. I don't know if anything changed, but yeah, I haven't really come to think of it now. You haven't heard any whispers about him one way or another. So.
Nope.
If he did want to play, I mean, he's another guy you could probably bring in similar to Shepard, close to the veteran minimum, have some depth. I mean, why not? Guy's got plenty of experience.
What do you think about I saw somebody send it out that it's looking like Bradbury's probably going to get cut. Would you be interested?
That's the guy I wanted. Yep. But now it's like because his contract now is tolerable though, wasn't it? But now in a free agent market, he's going to probably command a good.
Like that?
Yeah, I think he's going to be up there now. I think he may get 15, 16 out of the free agent, wouldn't he?
I don't know who in the AFC West needs a cornerback because that's where it seems like everybody goes. So
that's true, man.
Might as well just have the whole AFC West versus the NFC, and dude,
some of these teams are loaded, man. It's wild.
But you know what? Like, I know we need another tight end. There's someone out there for a free agent that I didn't even know was a free agent and low tier guy. I would love to sign. I would love to get Jesse James from Pittsburgh. I had no idea he was a free agent.
He's a free agent?
Yeah, I saw someone said that with the free agent tight ends that were out there, and he was on that list. I had no idea he was.
No, I had no idea either.
Wow.
Did Conklin get signed yet by anybody?
I don't think so.
I didn't hear his name drop anywhere.
I don't think so.
Shit, that's weird too. I thought he was gonna get a pretty good deal. No, I mean there's some moves to be made, man. You can still fill out depth. I mean, the tight end position. I mean, linebacker, pass rusher.
Yeah, you got to have those depth piece. One that I would love. I know Tyson, you didn't seem to be a big fan of him. Was God, what's his name now? It's escaping me. From Jacksonville that we had last year.
From Jacksonville.
Yeah, the receiver. Oh my God,
Keelan Cole.
Keelan Cole.
Yeah, Keelan Cole. I would love to do him just for one more year.
For what reason?
And then, huh?
For why?
I like Keelan Cole. I like Keelan Cole. Who else are you going to get for value signing? Do you think anybody else is really going to move the needle that much more than he will?
Familiar face
he's
for Zach.
Going to be what? Wide receiver 5 at best. What was that?
It's just familiar face for Wilson.
Yeah, he's going to look his way, like I'm not going to throw it to him. He's going to drop the fucking thing.
Well, I'm wondering what price Crowder's going to come in at.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'd still consider bringing him back. I mean, he's reliable when he's out there.
Do you know, honestly, and this might be, I don't know if you'll consider this a bad take. It's a risky take. But what would you think?
Go for it. Why not?
Can't be worse than your Colt take.
Oh, come on. So
don't you guys read off the chats? Yeah, we did, man. Mr. D, thank you, man. Hold on. Chris, hold on. We got this one. I was trying to usually come back to him, but Chris was talking. There's a YouTube video.
I was going to read the one about Tomlinson.
Yeah. Hold on. Thank you, Mr. D. Just a bunch. I was going to wait, but now you're attacking us now. We're not ignoring him. Guys, please tell me what game Lakeland Tomlinson showed good game tape. I'm actively looking. I guess you're criticizing the Tomlinson tape now?
Where he's actively looking to justify why he got the 3-year contract. I mean, wasn't he a Pro Bowler last year?
Alternate. Pro Bowl alternate.
Alternate. Right.
Yep.
There's got to be some good tape on him from last year, I'm sure.
So what are we going back to now?
Right,
after
his hot/cold take.
Yeah.
Man, come on.
This
so we're going under the assumption probably first round pick is going to be a pass rush, no matter what, right? If we don't address the move before then.
Right.
What would you think about just taking the risk and at 10 just going after Jamison Williams if we have one other depth piece in play?
I wouldn't be mad at it. You're a year away. You let him learn the offense. You probably sit him for most of the year anyway. get him healthy.
And
He's
they're
ready to go
saying he's
next year.
ahead of schedule. I mean, we obviously you'd have to go in it with the assumption of not being able to bank on him for this year.
Oh,
But
It's a
the thought
huge
of being
risk at
able to
10,
have
though.
him, yeah.
If you could
No, I
trade
agree.
down into like the late teens, I think it makes a lot
I
more
can't
sense.
do it at 10.
At 10, though, that's a major
I'm
risk.
taking a healthy guy at 10.
But if he was your number one wideout before he got hurt, is this injury enough to move him all the way down like that?
If my cat barked, I call it a dog.
But if he was legitimately your number one wideout before he got hurt, that's
Not a
a
10,
conversation you
man.
got to have. If rehab's
I
going
mean-
well, he checks out.
I mean, he was like the unquestioned
Yeah,
number one
he
wide
was by
receiver
far the
before
number
he
one
got hurt,
wideout.
right?
before he
I
got
mean,
hurt.
there
Yep,
was a couple
absolutely.
people that sure you could say are first round talents, but I don't think there was anybody. Like I think it was him, and then it was a distance number 2. I don't know. I would
It's a
really
fair question,
entertain it.
man. I mean, it's a fair question, and you could do it, and you can't get mad at it. But
I'd
probably
consider
would
it.
too.
I'd consider
And 2
it.
more things before I go.
I'd want to trade down, but if you had to take him at 10, I wouldn't be too mad at it. It's just a major risk.
And 2 more things real quick before I go. One, I'm sure Bubs could be a hell of a poker player, man, because that dude shows no emotion whatsoever.
Nothing.
And he always looks like
He's like,
he always looks
he's
like
like,
he's on
he's-
the phone.
he's like, I'm very excited.
And the other thing, I was on one of those Twitter spaces earlier today while I was working, and Leger was talking about Whitehead and stuff like that. And he said that him and John Connor were so close, like being from Pitt and everything like that, that he actually went with him to every one of his cancer treatments. I thought that was pretty cool. That says a lot about, someone outside of, outside the football field and stuff too. So I don't know, man. Been a great 2 days. Hopefully we have something. Hey, I plead the fifth.
Thanks for calling it, man.
All right,
We
guys.
appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care.
Have a good night, Chris.
The chat's in rare form tonight, man. They attack everything. Nothing gets past anybody here. Yeah, and Jordan Whitehead and Darrell Weavers are cousins. That's exciting.
Didn't know that either.
Yep, a lot of good stuff going on. A lot of positivity.
Reeves
What's up,
had a cousin that was drafted last year, I think.
Yep. The link is. Come on, Dan. Keep sharing it. What are we doing here? I get it in there again. All right, we will go to. So right now we've had good calls, which means we have to throw in an X factor called the test. We got to test our mojo tonight. We got to test and see how is everything going to go. So we're going to bring on Jomo.
No.
What up, man?
You're not in the Colorado. What the hell happened?
Where are you? You got a polo on?
I'm stuck at work right now.
What that shirt is bright as hell, man. Where are you working at?
It's like a highlighter.
Construction.
It's like you're working a tropical.
You're indoors.
Yeah.
I am indoors. Yeah, we had to. I'll show you guys, I guess.
Why not?
We had to
Let's talk work.
out,
I can't see shit.
fix these guys' plumbing so that their toilets work. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Plumbing issue.
Looks like it's a bright
that's
shirt
pretty
for
much
us.
it.
I mean,
You got to see me, man. These guys. You ever been around guys driving forklifts?
yeah, but they never wear yellow shirts
Like
though. We have a forklift in our warehouse. We don't wear yellow shirts.
Isn't it usually like an orange shirt or something like that?
Yeah.
Striped orange.
Nah, we
So-
wear all types of stuff. I'm like I facilitate everything. But
It's even scarier.
how's free agency so far for you guys?
You tell us, how is it for you?
I think it's been great so far. I can't really complain. I heard you guys criticizing the Shepherd signing, but I mean,
Wait, let me get this straight. We said about 15, 20 minutes of positive things, and you heard the one negative thing we said about Shepard. That was it.
well,
All the
I'm just
positivity you
saying,
said, we
I don't
focused on the
think-
one negative thing we said.
I don't SpongeBob. I don't think Shepard's bad, man. I think Shepard's pretty good, honestly. And we don't have any defensive tackles. So the fact that he added at least one makes me happy.
The only
But,
thing he adds is penalties.
Corner
That's
and
it.
safety is awesome.
So overall, the entire free agent group that we got right now, what do you think?
Out of the entire group,
Yes.
I'm gonna give it honestly, I'll give it an A. I think he nailed everything so far. Well,
This is where it goes right to shit.
I'd give it like an A, honestly. I think he nailed all the positions in need. Linebacker is a position in need, but I feel like you drafted 2 last year. You got to give him a chance.
Okay. That's it? That's your hot take? Oh, we lost him.
Uh-oh.
All right.
So much for that.
Well, the
Wi-Fi.
third amigo joined us an hour late. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, man? Great show.
What's
I
up,
was in the
man?
chat. Yeah, I was in the chat, man. Listen to Prime Time. Listen to my man talk about taking my man at 10, bro. No way. Why would you take a receiver that's injured at 10? That makes no sense.
If he was the best wide receiver before he got hurt, and you check off all the boxes, rehab's going well. I mean, we're still a year away. Let him rehab for a year. You got your number one wideout next year. It's a major risk. I'm not denying that, but
yeah, why not move back though? I mean,
that would be my preference. Yeah, you move back.
If he's there at 35, I'm definitely with you. You know what I'm saying?
How about this? What do you think about Jordan Whitehead?
Yo, I like it.
So
I like it. Yo, I like it. I like it. Yo, he brings the wood. Listen, everybody he's brought in, man, are like culture change type players. They're leaders, you know what I'm saying, and they're violent. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the kid is violent, bro. Listen,
he brings
go across the exactly, bro. Him and you know what I'm saying, Quincy Williams, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, real talk, man. Like, I know it's a little early, but I really think he did it so far so good, man. Like, he brought in the kind of players that we need, man, and it's exciting because it's doing it the right way. You're not going for the big splash, but you're going with players that love football, that come from winning organizations, that want to win, and listen, they're the leaders. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I love it, bro. I love the signing. I was very happy about that. What's going on, man? I love that, man. I'm totally excited about it. I mean, kid is a monster, man. Monster.
What do you think about the corner?
Yo, listen, I didn't know much about him, so I was watching some videos of him earlier. You know
what
I'm
saying?
I think, there you go. I watched some videos. but nah,
you made it YouTube official?
Yeah, absolutely. So like what I saw, man, he comes from Seattle, so you know what I'm saying. He worked with with Sala before, so that's a good thing. And also he's a little undersized, but the kid's aggressive. He's smart. He's good corner cover. So you know what I'm saying. I think it's a good deal. Like, listen, any improvement in what we had is an improvement in what we had.
Well, it's competition too at the corner position, which is good.
And listen, think about it. Take Sauce at 10 or 4. Hey, who's the odd man out? Look like your boy all got to step it up, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I like that, man. Listen, it's about getting better. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about getting better. It's all about bringing in guys that want to win and know how to do it, figure it out, and the best man win, man. I love this, man. Listen, I know it's early, but Joe D, so far this free agency, bro, has been pretty decent, man. He covered his needs. He was methodical. He didn't spend a lot of money. He didn't pay the Jets tax. You know what I'm saying? And he got players on good deals. You know what I'm saying? So far so good. Let's hope the guys can stay healthy. That's the biggest thing.
All right, we're gonna go to what the hell is this? JNT 250. No the hell that means. What's up, man?
What's up?
How you doing?
Good. How about you guys?
You have to have a podcast, dude, because that's like an official setup.
Yo,
you got like
yeah. yeah. But speaking of, there's a lot of talk about wide receiver. I think all signs kind of point to wide receiver at 10. I don't think that I was obviously the Braxton Berrios move was really good because I think he's a guy that everybody was hoping that the Jets were going to bring back, but we're also kind of scared that you didn't want to have to pay like an $8-9 million for him, and to get him on 2 years for $12 million is you can't, like, there's nothing to complain about that. And I don't really see us going after an Allen Robinson or anything like that, breaking the bank for him. And from all the rumors, at least around the combine and before it, is kind of pointing towards Treylon Burks. I haven't really done a ton of looking into it myself about who I would prefer, but whether it's Treylon Burks, whether it's Garrett Wilson, Drake London, I don't mind. Like, we need guys to improve this offense. I think from what we saw at the end of the season, there's things to be hopeful for, but you do really need that explosive player who can make Zach Wilson's life easier.
Yep.
Yeah, sure did.
So right now, in terms of free agency, is there anybody else you're hoping to get on offense or defense?
I guess defense, linebacker to me is a pretty big concern, especially because of how bad our run defense was last year. It just felt like, other than CJ Mosley and Quincy Williams, our other linebackers just seem super slow. Like I don't know if they're just naturally slow or it felt slow because we were getting shredded in the run game. But I mean, I don't know what the price tag for Miles Jack would be, but he's a guy that I would look into.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's going to be a lot.
Going
No,
towards
me
the
either.
draft, I mean, I think with picks 4 and 10, we're more likely to see, wide receiver at 10, maybe an edge at 4.
Yep.
Who knows? I mean, I think trading out of 4 is still a possibility if Hutchinson or Thibodeau is not there. Because I do think it's a little bit of a reach, maybe, to go Karlaftis or Jermaine Johnson at 4. I mean,
But see, who's the player that somebody's going to want to trade up for, though? That's the question.
I agree. I mean, there's no other than Evan Neal, Thibodeau, and Hutchinson. There's no real like A+ players.
There's no
in this
quarterback
draft
that's
to go up.
skyrocketing right now that everybody wants. That's the
Yeah, I
problem.
mean,
We're always
I
we're always
think
one pick away.
should you want to trade back, you're not going to get as much as you probably would in any other draft because of the quarterback situation. But I mean, even if we were to trade out and not get the compensation that people would like, I would still be happy with it because I think
Yeah.
the caliber of player that you can get at 4, should those other 3 guys be gone, is going to be about equal to what you could get at 6, 7, 8, 9.
So what would you do at the center position right now? Are you comfortable with McGovern? Because there's a couple guys out there that would be, in theory, an upgrade. Bozeman, Treader. There's probably 3 or 4 guys actually.
I'm a fan of him, but I wouldn't be against the idea because he is only got 1 more year left. And then kind of like you mentioned right at the beginning, like if he has a good year, do you then give him another 3-year contract? And then what kind of money demands from that? And as you said, like setting that 3-year deal a year earlier, and presumably you could get a cheaper option. I think JC Treader wouldn't necessarily be a cheaper option, but because I don't know what he's getting paid, like $7-8 million.
Yeah, I think so.
So you could probably get somebody just like that again on another 3-year deal for about that price. The only guy you probably have to pay more is JC Treader. But I'm okay with it. I would keep him for a year and then figure it out. But like I said, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
No, it's gonna be interesting, man. That's kind of like the only position where you can get a true upgrade that's available. There is center. Other spots, a lot of big names out there. I don't think the Jets are going to go after, like the Allen Robinsons, all these like Chandler Jones. That's not going to happen.
Chandler Jones.
I know somebody said the Jets are interested. I just can't see that happening.
I heard that. Yeah.
whatsoever.
I think that was Tony Pauline actually that had that rumor.
Oh, well, then that explains it.
But no,
Look at
could
that
you
idea.
guys see them going with Connor and then drafting a center and just preparing him for next year? Guess he walks
In what round?
Possibly.
in the later rounds. I'm talking about 3rd, 4th round.
That's not later.
guy-
Later's like 6th round.
Well, a guy who needs a little bit of work. A guy you're not expecting to start right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The Bozeman's just staring at me in the face. I'm just so like, I kind of want to make a move. Like, I'm just not a
Heard
McGovern
nothing
guy. I don't know
about-
why.
And heard nothing about him. I've heard no one talk about anybody pursuing him or anything. So he's definitely out there for the take.
I don't think they would do it, but I still think Linderbaum's an option at 10.
Even like it still bothers me. We mentioned this a little bit last night. The whole thing with McGovern, like how they handled it with Zach last year when he was getting hit, nobody picking him up, and when the shit was hitting the fan, he was blaming other people. That kind of rubs me the wrong way, man. In terms of like leadership for your center, that just I don't know why. I can't get over it for some reason. But what the hell do I know? So what's your name, man? Other than JNT?
Oh well, those are my initials. So
Oh.
My first name is John, but I go by my middle name, which is Nolan. But the only other position that I would say is a concern, but it's not necessarily something you probably need to address right now. And it's, people might laugh when I say it,
Hunter.
but I mean, I was going to say kicker. Like, what are we doing about the kicker?
Pinero,
So-
man.
Well,
Come on.
he's not signed right
Come
now.
on.
He's not signed right
That's
now.
my guy.
The guy that they did sign, they signed Amendola to like another 2-year
Ugh.
contract at the end of the season last year, which to me made no sense. I mean, I was after JD took Braden Mann 2 years ago, because he was the best punter in the draft and probably the only guy worth drafting. I was for sure thinking that he was going to go the same route the next year after and draft Evan McPherson because I really wanted Evan McPherson last year. And to see how well he did this year is pretty disappointing
Amazing.
because I was really
Amazing.
hoping that we were going to get him. I mean, again, I don't know who the best kicker in the draft would be, but I mean, we don't have any 6th or 7th round picks, so I would hope that they are thinking that as an option to maybe look at a kicker out of the draft because I mean, I look at the free agent kickers. There's
Nick
nobody
Folk got
who's jumping
re-signed
off
today,
the page.
didn't he? Folk got
Yeah,
re-signed.
2-year
by-
deal.
Yes, sir.
2-year deal.
But other than him, it's Greg Zerline who is
Ugh.
pretty inconsistent. Then you
Yep.
have Randy Bullock and Sam Ficken, who we already know about.
We already know those guys.
I'm down that path.
And then there's the 2 other ones I don't know anything about: Joey Sly and Michael Bagley.
Yeah, we're
Supposedly,
screwed.
there's a couple kickers that are supposed to be good this year. Kickers and punters that should be drafted.
But-
So not that
Well,
I want to
then
use
I would
assets on that,
grab
but
one of those in the 6th or the 7th if you trade out one of those 5th round
Yeah,
picks.
but the one thing we
Yeah.
know about Joe D, we know he's going to move back at some time in the draft. So what because this draft is so deep, man. So you're going to find a lot of good players in the fifth, sixth, and seventh. So I'm hoping he drafts a kicker as well. Why not bring somebody in young to grow with the team, man? Look, my man from Cincinnati, he's cocky, he's good, and he ain't
he's
missing
money.
nothing, bro. Absolutely, bro. Yo,
He would have been a legend with the Jets, man. Holy shit, man! His
Oh,
attitude,
my
our team,
God,
we'd be having
I'd
banners
have-
for him.
I would have his jersey, bro. You see when he walked on the field, you see when he walked on the field, he like, nah, don't worry about it, coach. I got this. Oh man, come on, man. This kid's a monster, man.
No, thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks. You
Have a
guys
good
have a
night,
good
bro.
one.
have a good night, man.
His setup was nice, man. What's your ideal top 4 picks? That's a draft conversation. If you guys want to do it, we can, but
Edge, wide receiver. I agree.
interior
with.
defensive line, safety.
I'm not going interior D line.
I'd be tight end.
No.
Yeah.
Edge, wide receiver,
I
tight
might actually go linebacker in the second round. To be honest,
Yeah.
You know what?
coverage
Listen,
linebacker, somebody with speed.
I'm going edge, wide receiver, tight end. That's what I'm going.
You're doubling up on edge.
What?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, sir.
Wait,
Listen, man,
4
listen,
and 10. So where's Carl Lawson playing?
listen, you know what? The one thing we don't know is how good Carlos is going to come back and be. You know what I'm saying?
What?
So why not? Listen, I'm not talking about like taking like 2 in the first round. But listen, I want to take 1 in
We
the
just
first.
said the
I'm
top 4.
definitely-
We just said the top. We said the first 4 picks. You said edge.
Okay,
That's first
well,
4 picks.
Okay, edge. I'm not taking. Listen, I'm
We
not
bring it back
taking a
to the
receiver.
callers.
I'm not taking a receiver at 10, bro. I'm not taking a receiver.
Why
at 10. That
not?
makes no sense to me.
Why
I'm
not?
You're not taking a
man.
receiver
Yo,
at 10?
Why
I'm
doesn't that make
no.
sense?
I'm not taking a wide receiver at 10. Which one?
Why?
Which wide receiver would you
What?
take at 10, prime time? I'm not taking
Garrett
one at 10.
Wilson?
Listen, if I'm gonna do anything, listen, I'm taking edge
Why not?
or edge or corner. I'm taking edge, corner, maybe wide receiver.
Wait, did you say wait, let me make sure I just want to make sure I understand this.
You said maybe
I'm
go ahead.
definitely tired. You're telling me that wide receiver at 10 makes no sense to you.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying this makes sense.
Didn't he say
I'm just-
that?
No,
He
listen,
did.
I don't see nobody.
And then he
there
said
worth
maybe
picking
wide
at 10.
receiver after that.
Yo, who are you taking at 10?
Garrett Wilson.
You have a choice of probably like 3 guys you can pick. You're getting one of
I
the
know,
best
who-
receivers in the
which
draft.
one-
You
which
you
one
may
of
have
those
your choice
receivers-
of all the receivers.
Which
You
one
may
of
get
those
your number one
receivers-
option.
Which one of those receivers at 10 makes you say we got to have this guy? Who?
I like Garrett Wilson the best, but if
So,
they
you,
like
so wait, so
Treylon
if you have a
Burks or
choice
London,
of
whoever,
you have
I
a
mean,
choice of one that
get
say you
your
have a choice
guy.
of top 3 receivers in the draft, you can't figure out one of them is going to work for your offense?
Nah, I'm not taking one at 10, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. If Sauce Gardner's on the board at 10, that's what I'm taking at 10. No questions asked. I don't
So
care
then,
how
so,
many
so then when are you addressing wide receiver then?
second round.
So you're just going to settle at second round then. So now you're going to go. You can have one of the best
Listen.
in the draft. You're going to settle for a lesser guy in the second round.
I wanted Burks at first, and I like the kid London. I like him a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not taking him at 10. I'll move back. Maybe like 14, 15, something like that.
Why move back? What if he's not there? Why not get the guy there and get your guy and
No,
move on?
not-
Get weapons for Zach Wilson.
Listen, how many receivers have we seen be taking it high and don't produce, man? Listen, I'm
You
not
can't.
taking
You
risk.
can't
Jamar
draft in
Chase.
fear, dude. You can't
Yo,
draft
I'm
in fear.
not,
Like,
I'm not
oh,
drafting
well,
in fear. I'm not taking a wide receiver at 10.
your
when there's nobody
justification
who
is how many guys we saw fail. You can't be worried about
when
that.
There's
You
nobody that's
trust your
really
scouting.
popped off to me to show me that. No. Like, 15 or get a few more picks. I'm what the draft is deep wide receivers.
Man,
The
This
difference
tape right
of
here.
5 picks from 10 to 15. That'll do it.
It's the difference
Come
of
on.
the difference of picking up a second or third round pick is a difference, prime time. With a team that has
Man.
more holes.
when
Do whatever is necessary for Zach.
when
I don't
this
care what it
when
is.
this show gets uploaded and people listen to this one, man, just do me a favor, Tyler. Make sure you answer your tweets because they're gonna attack.
Hey,
they're
listen,
attacking you. They're attacking you in the chat right now.
Listen, man, I give 2 shits what they think, bro. At the end of the day, listen, if you're asking me my opinion, that's what I want to tell you, bro. I'm not taking a wide receiver at 10. I'm not.
All
I
right.
wanted Burks at first, you know what I'm saying? I wanted London, but I'm not taking them at 10. Why not move back 15, 16, get one of those receivers because they're probably all still going to be there and then pick up a couple more extra
I
picks.
highly
Why
doubt
not?
that. I think they're all going to be gone.
That's if you can trade down, but then you're still.
So now you're going to say
that
you
somebody
think the top
might take
you think
your
the
guy.
top receiver is going to be there at 16?
I don't know if we're getting a top receiver regardless. I mean, I don't want a top receiver right now. I don't need that.
You don't want a top receiver? Why would you not want a top receiver?
You want a top receiver over Sauce Garner?
Yes.
That makes no.
Yes.
Yeah, it's come from saying I want to keep Sam Darnold and trade down and keep Sam and
Yeah,
rebuild.
I don't
How
want to
that
make
shit
the
work
same
out?
mistake. I don't
How
want to
that
make the
work
same
out?
mistake with
How that work
Wilson.
out? How'd that work out though? How'd that
What
work
does that
out?
have? What does that have to do with Zach Wilson
It's
and
the
giving
same.
him
No,
the
it's the
best
same. It's the
possible
same
options?
principle. You're going to
No, it's
give him
not.
more options, yo. You can pick up 2 receivers in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Ah,
You can give him
What am I
you can
back? What
give
am
him
I
a legitimate
backpedaling
number
from?
one.
Where am I backpedaling?
yo, which one of these guys are a little bit legitimate number one? Who?
All right, we're gonna go to Joe the Jet. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, guys? Great free agency so far. Almost St. Patrick's Day. I'm on spring break. Everything's going well right now.
Life is good for you right now.
Yeah, chilling out,
What are
watching
you doing for
free
St.
agency.
Patrick's Day? You going out?
No, I'm just gonna relax at home. Just
No green
do some
beer?
bit.
Come on, man.
No,
Georgetown
no green.
Parade this Saturday. Come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably wear my Namath jersey. Wear some Jets gear on St. Patty's Day. Celebrate the free agency market. Um, you know, I'm impressed what Joe Douglas is doing so far. I mean, with CJ Uzama, which I did not expect to even come to us. I thought he was going to go back with the Bengals. I had no idea he was still a free agent. And once I saw the report that there was rumors that they were going to sign him, I'm like, no way, they're not going to sign him. He's going to end up being back with the Bengals. And then he was signed. I'm like, what? And, there was a little bit of doubt going in with that signing. And I thought it was going to be like the Anthony Barr thing where he backs out and goes back to the Bengals.
Or the Randy Gregory thing.
Yeah. And I thought like that's what's going to happen. But, so far it didn't happen. And, we got CJ Uzama. And the Jordan Whitehead signing. Bravo. That was a good signing. I love the guy. I watched him all the way in the Super Bowl in Tampa. He is a great safety. He's a great product right there. And I think DJ Reed, was that his name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't really watched that much about him, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about him as well.
Yep.
And then Laken Tomlinson, that was a home run. That's the best one out of all of them. We need to make sure to get the linemen fixed and get some dogs up front, just like we did back in 2010. All right. This is going to help our run attack. This is going to help Michael Carter, and definitely it's going to help Zach Wilson if we have a running attack. And it's going to help protect Zach Wilson, which is important. But now, what do we do at 4 and 10? That's the big question. Now, Tyrone says we're going to take Sauce Gardner. We should take Sauce Gardner.
At 4?
No, not at 4, at 10.
Okay.
But I'm kind of in the opinion of not taking a corner in general. I mean, I get it. I get we need a corner. Still, we need a corner number 1, but I still think we need wide receiver 1. Okay, that's the big deal right now, And at 4, it's either going to be a toss between Kayvon Thibodeau, Ikem Ekwonu, if he's still there, or Kyle Hamilton. It's going to be between those 3 guys. If I'm willing to bet one of those 3 guys, Evan Neal might fall down there.
So
I don't know.
Just as devil's advocate, if Ekwonu's there and you draft him, what are you doing with your offensive line?
I was thinking more like I'll just see what the left tackle side is between Fant and Becton, and keep Ekwonu on the right side, and then put Layton Tomlinson on the right guard. You're
gonna have one expensive guy sitting on the bench right there.
Yeah. And then probably have McGovern in center and have
I'm
AVT.
saying, if you do Ekwonu, I mean, depending on where you play him, you're already set at guard. You got Tomlinson and Vera Tucker, so you put him at a tackle spot. You got Becton and Fant. You got 2 prominent guys. You're like, it's almost like an embarrassment of riches, because what do you do then? Then that's
a problem. That's a problem that we should have. That's a problem that we wish we should have. But
it's a great problem to have, but it's going to be a very interesting problem to deal with. And is that the best way to use your assets, though? Or
nice
can
jumbo
you
package?
Yeah, but I mean,
maybe we can use I don't know. Maybe we can use some of those guys that I know they're like expensive. Maybe
I think he's not going to be there anyway. But it's just I think a tackle at 4 be just oof. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe that says a lot about Becton, though. maybe. I don't know if they do take a tackle at 4.
I think it speaks
but
volumes about Becton if they feel comfortable taking a tackle at 4.
It-
Yeah, he's not part of
I
the
would be
future
scared.
anymore.
He's on the trade block out of the door. He's
Yep.
out of there.
Yep.
get another number one for a couple number ones for Becton, just like Jamal Adams.
For me personally, the way that Saleh keeps talking about pass rush, defensive line, all of that, my personal feeling is at 4 they're going to go some kind of pass rusher. They're going to find one there, and that's kind of where I think he's going to go.
And I hope they're going to go defense, but I think if history shows Douglas loves linemen, and Eke Emekwonu is just such this good prospect, such this highly touted prospect, I'm fearful that he will go that route because, over Hamilton or Thibodeau, because he's such a generation.
I don't think so. Dude. I think if Thibodeau's there, dude, I think that's just.
I hope
that'd be wild.
I hope they pick Thibodeau. You know why? He has that attitude. I know a lot of people don't like his attitude. He gives that off that like I don't care attitude, but he also has a mean, pissed off attitude. You know that attitude I'm talking about, like the Lawrence Taylor attitude.
The one Tyrone has tonight.
Yeah, yeah. The pissed off defensive lineman attitude.
Yep.
That's the edge I want. Yep. That type of edge, the Lawrence Taylor type of anger defensive player.
I mean, you're mentioning one of the all-time greats in the history of the NFL. Though I don't think he's in that kind of stratosphere, but I understand
he was
what you're
pissed
saying.
off. He is a pissed off defensive lineman, and that's something we need.
Well, the other thing you got too is you got to hope that if the guy has any kind of maybe potentially any kind of questionable work ethic, that doesn't really go what Joe Douglas's mantra is. He wants guys that love the game of football, all about the game, everything else. That doesn't fit their thing. But the other thing is he could say, you know what, maybe Saleh can get through to this kid and make him maximize his potential too. So you don't know either way it's going to go. So we'll see.
And I like
Joe, good.
Oh, wait, one more thing.
Yep.
I like the Hamilton idea with Whitehead. Just get your two safeties together. There you go.
Woo.
I like it.
You got the thumper and you got the speed guy. Woo, boy.
And you know the great thing about Hamilton though? Like think about it. You can mismatch him all over the field, man. You can use him as an outside linebacker as well. Just move him all over the piece, man. What a chess piece to have. So.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, guys. See ya.
Absolutely.
Have a good night, man.
I'm not angry, sir.
A lot of Hamilton talk tonight. This is just fascinating stuff here.
He just signed a safety.
I mean, it's just interesting because the versatility and all the different roles he can play in a defense, I guess.
He's a monster. He's a monster having a piece like that, that can cover a back or a tight end and move them all over the piece, man. Blitz, whatever. It's crazy.
Is Jomo back again? What do you want, man? Now what are you doing?
Driving home from work in the
What
rain.
up, guys?
Sounds like.
Yo, did you work? Did you
What
work?
are we doing here?
Sounds
Is it raining
out there?
Yes, man. It's raining.
Pouring, dude.
It's raining.
Yeah, you hear it,
It's probably not working.
No,
I'm probably
you gotta
gonna lessen the quality of the show. But
between the rain, the Wi-Fi, and your takes, it's not a good combination, man.
And the shirt.
All right.
No, this is real.
We can see your shirt. We can see your shirt in the dark too.
This is real dedication, though, bro. You're driving in the rain on the show, bro. Come on, man. That definitely wants to get.
All right, we'll go to Dan. He's all fired up.
Let's go, baby! Look, I got my attire on like it's freaking opening day, baby. Listen, Tyrone, listen. I got the Garrett Wilson highlight reel going in the background, so you can check that out. And after you watch it, we're gonna get him at 10. So let's move on to free agency, guys. We knocked it out of the park. That's what we needed. This is what we wanted in 2019, right? This is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. We wanted a GM that could seize the offseason, seize the draft, and it didn't happen. This guy did it. We got solid players, and we still have money left over.
Yep.
Now, with that being said, I still want Bozeman. We have the money for that.
Yep.
Now, why do I want him? Because he fits that zone blocking scheme that LaFleur has. McGovern doesn't. McGovern fits a drop back passer type of you could put him in like with Tampa Bay, it's fine. But he's used to moving, pulling, with Lamar Jackson. And guess what? We have this guy right here who moves a lot.
Yep.
So that's why you need that type of center. That's why I like a Linderbaum, a Bozeman, those type of centers, because we need that upgrade. Dude, we did everything on that line, everything perfectly. We need that center, and I think that might be in the works. And I hope we do, so I don't have to talk about Linderbaum anymore.
But
And
from the front office's perspective, though, like, does it seem like center's a major priority? It seems like they're dipping their toes in the water, trying to find out what the value is for all these guys. But like, even last year, there was a number of centers out there, and they were dead set on bringing McGovern back. They didn't want to move him over to guard. Like, he was their center, and he had an improved season. So, do you really think they're going to move on?
But you have the entire Voltron thing all set, and you're missing that one person. You know what I mean? He's the one that calls the blocking schemes. You need that guy right there, and a mauler, nasty, and young guy as well. I think he's pretty young. He's like what, 27 or something like that.
Well, that's the thing. You want like the anchor of your offensive line. The guys can be here for the next 4 or 5 years, be in front of Zach, and they can grow together with the rest of the offense. I'm with you, dude.
If we're going to learn anything from the Parcells era, one of the first things he did was trade again in Seattle. We always get our goal from Seattle and get Mawai. You know what I mean? So that's one of the big things. And I'm stoked right now. Now we're in the not backseat, but we could take a couple of steps back and see what else is out there. I would love Chandler Jones. Not going to happen. I get it. But hopefully one of these years where we're gearing there, where we can spend 17 million, 18 million a year for that missing piece. I think we're getting there. The good thing is maybe next year. I mean, look, we're pulling pages out of the Bengals playbook last year. Anything is possible. We're forming a formidable team that a lot of teams can't overlook us right now when the schedules come out in about 3 weeks or 4 weeks. They're going to say, oh, shit, it's the Jets. Dude, they're getting ready. They're getting ready, man. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I don't want to jump back and forth, but since I got this dude on right now, Tyrone, check him out. The player that I can look at the most, and I know you're very well versed in football, Tyrone, the Ohio State wide receiver that I can look at Garrett Wilson and compare him to, dude, it's Joey Galloway. That's who I can compare him to. That's how I look at him. He's shifty. He'll burn you. He'll catch. He is worthy of the 10th overall pick. Now at 4, yeah, what's up?
Okay, who was the best receiver last year?
To me, it was Jamar Chase.
Exactly. Is there a Jamar Chase in this draft?
To me, at 10, yeah, this guy.
Listen, see,
Jamar Chase went 2, though. We're talking about 10.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish my point. Listen, this is why I'm saying this. When these young receivers come in the league, man, they struggle for a time, right? So they're going to have a harder time adjusting. We want to play. Listen, we want to play. Come as possible. We're going Cooper. You're going to get a guy who's already in the league, already experienced, already can come in from day one and help your young quarterback. You're getting a guy. You know, so look at Elijah. Same thing with him. It took him a while to get adjusted. By that time, the season was almost over. You feel me?
No, hold on a second. Time out 1 second. What we're trying to do right now with the offensive line is build a run game to maul you, old school type of game, just to develop Wilson, Zach. That's where a kid like this guy would come into play, where he could burn you, he could surprise you, play action, kill you down the sidelines. And this guy and our young quarterback developed together a good chemistry with Moore and all these other young kids.
Bro, listen, I understand everything you're saying, but let me ask you a question. You know that the run game is always a great thing, but what happens if in certain games, if you get behind, you have to abandon the run game? And listen, I want as much help for Zach as we can get him, but to bring a young receiver in and to depend on that young receiver from day one, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole point. So you're taking the guy at 10, you're expecting this guy to come in. Now, a guy like Chase at 10 or 4, I'm cool with, because you got a guy that's coming in that you know is a different kind of player. I have not seen, and I've watched I haven't seen every player. I have not seen a player that I've seen from highlights and everything else that shows me that this is that kind of guy. That's why I say that. That's why I say we move back, add more assets, and still grab one of those players that we don't have to depend on. I'm fine with. That's it.
What's the tougher What's the tougher transition though? Year one, playing corner or playing receiver?
Corner.
I'm gonna say receiver though.
Receiver?
Listen, because
Stop.
listen, prime time. Elijah was Elijah a straight monster?
Towards the end of the year,
right?
he was. He had some injuries early on.
Exactly.
Well, he had some injuries
End
early
of
on.
the year.
He was in and out.
Not many. Listen, it took him a while to get adjusted to the speed of the game and understand.
Every year, there are multiple wide receivers that have huge seasons as rookies.
And always taking the second and third round. Right? Right?
I mean, look at
find them.
Yeah, Jamar Chase,
first round examples.
Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith. They all did pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you have the opportunity right there, why not? I mean, even at 4, I wouldn't go where receiver at 4, but if your top guys are not there, I mean, if just shifting over to the offensive line, if Iquano's there and you take him, I'm sorry, Becton is out. Becton is gone. He will be traded. I do not see Becton on the team if we get Iquano. That is 1, 2, 3. We're getting a first or a second or late one in that same draft class, but I don't see Becton on the team. But hopefully we can get an edge rusher. That's what we need. That's what this team is lacking. Opposite of Carl Lawson.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm stoked, man. This is going to be this is fun. This is fucking fun, dude. Like all the positivity, all the Jet fans.
Here's the question.
I'm sorry.
When the hell is the party at your house, bro? Like, this is ridiculous now.
Party's always here, baby. Party's always here. You guys are always late. Oh, listen, guys. I don't know if you ever tried this. This thing is amazing. I tried it in South Carolina. It is amazing. It's a bourbon. It's a ginger infused bourbon. It is
Virgil. What is it? Virgil Cane? What does it say?
Virgil Cane, man. Good luck finding it. But I got it here, so that's why when you guys come over, it's done. And I got Dana White's favorite one. This one right here.
Howlerhead.
Oh my God, dude. Come over whenever you guys want, guys, all right? I waited for you guys last night. You guys ever
at your place.
Have a good night, man.
Later.
Have a good night, man.
I want to try the Howlerhead stuff. I haven't tried that yet.
What is that, a bourbon also?
Yeah, Dana White's always promoting the shit out of that. All right. We're going to go to I have a funny feeling this next call is going to be a little controversial because Jamar Chase went 5th, not 6th, didn't he?
He did. I had to correct that.
What's going on, man? How you been, man?
How you doing? I'm doing good. On spring break.
Rutgers plays tomorrow night, right? Playing game.
Notre Dame.
Yeah. Oh. You want to bet it?
We should live stream that.
Sure. I mean, I'm to be honest. I have no confidence in us. We literally
come on, man.
But I would bet it. Yeah, I think we beat you guys.
First of all, it's not we guys. I like talking shit to you, but Rutgers had so many impressive wins this year, man.
But we also had losses to teams like Lafayette and just other shitty schools.
All right, so you are a resident tight end position expert where you can scheme guys open. And it's all about talent. So, what are your thoughts on the Jets free agency?
I like it. I'm not, I've accepted, what the free agency approach is, and I think, as PT mentioned, Douglas is putting himself under pressure to hit in the draft, but that's what he's been saying from when he first came in, that the draft is where he's building a team. So now it's time for him to do what he said he was going to do. So I like the signings. I like the additions we made. I like Uzoma. I also hope we draft a tight end still in like the 2nd or 3rd round.
Yep.
Looking to do that. I like the depth pieces. I think, some of the re-signings aren't amazing, but I kind of understand it. Instead of, paying someone else like a vet to come do the same thing, you can have someone who's familiar, I guess.
You don't like Barrios?
What?
You don't like Barrios?
No, I wasn't talking about Barrios. I was talking about, like how you guys mentioned some of the like
McDermott and Shepard.
Oh, yeah.
And like McDermott, to me, sure, he's nice to have for depth, but if he has to play left tackle again, I will claw my eyes out because that Miami game was horrific. Like that one play where pre-snap, he's standing there, matched up with the edge rusher, and he taps Dan Feeney, like basically asking him who to guard and who to pick up. And Dan Feeney literally points at the edge rusher in front of him. It's like, what are you doing? You're sitting there playing left tackle. There's an edge rusher in front of your face. Who else are you going to pick up? Yep. So I really hope we don't have to watch him play left tackle again. I expect us to do another either line pickup in free agency, like a depth thing, or draft someone potentially in like a mid round, like to fill a spot, because I think he's the only tackle we have as backup right now, right?
Well, what's his face
Well,
is gone, right?
Doug is a free agent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
So
God.
Probably gonna be something else we're gonna do.
He did okay. Few groceries in there.
we have to have higher standards, I think, is the problem. What are your thoughts on Reed, man? What do you think of the corners?
I like it. It was kind of interesting to me because I was undecided on whether I wanted I wanted Williams obviously, but I didn't know. I thought from what you're hearing about the contract stuff that we might not be able to pay it, and I was thinking maybe Gilmore and then a second tier safety like Whitehead. And but then hearing what we heard about Gilmore wanting like 14 million at least,
Yeah.
wanting to cash in, there's no way we're ever going to do that. So I'm fine with Reed. I think I'm fine with him playing on the outside. I think obviously we don't have a number one guy right now, and we could be fine entering the season with those two guys for now. If that would just mean there's pressure on the defensive line to get pressure and to actually make plays, because if the defensive line isn't getting pressure, those guys will probably end up getting exposed when you play digs and stuff like that.
But that's always been Salah's thing anyway, though, is pressure up front. Your defensive line got to dominate. That's always been his mantra.
Even when he was in San Francisco and they made that run, they had a big name like Sherman, but Sherman wasn't the same Sherman he was in Seattle. Like they played a lot of zone over there. So I think for draft, for me, I don't really see that. I like Sauce. I'm not going to be mad if we drafted Sauce, but I think 4 and 10. I'm thinking probably edge and wide receiver. I hear the trade back things, but I'm kind of undecided on it because obviously if Thibodeau falls to us at 4, I'm running that pick straight in. There's stuff to it. But the only problem I have with trading back is because of the way the board is this year. If you trade back, the Giants are probably going to draft an edge. So
trade back at 4 or trade back at 10?
4. I mean, either spot, because trading back at 4, the Giants are probably going to draft an edge because they draft like 5th and 7th. What are you?
I mean, if you're at 4 and you want an edge and there's one there, I'm not trading back. I'm taking the guy. We need one. We desperately need one. Like I'm not even fucking around with that.
That's where I think like at 4 you'll have your pick of your edge. Even if you don't have Thibodeau, you have your pick of what freaking Sanders if you wanted, Johnson, the other guy Walker who's been rising, even Karlaftis if you wanted, although I don't see him being put to us right now. So you have your pick of the class, and then trading back, you always run that risk of missing someone, and then you having to pick somebody. Yep. And then my thing at I want wide receiver at 10. I kind of understand what Tyrone's talking about, where he's talking about he doesn't want thing or a wide receiver at that high. But I'll say this, I think Jamar Chase is probably the best wide receiver prospect to come out in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So you can't really just say there's no Chase. Like Jamar Chase has been. We knew he was going to be a stud. So I think also with this year's class, you'd probably typically see these guys go mid first and then in like the 20s. But like I said, with the way the board is, with the way the prospects are, there's not going to be a run on quarterbacks that high. There's not going to be some of those other positions. Like how many top bookend?
But don't you also think too, based on how these the wide receiver market and free agency was so expensive, a lot of teams are like, you know what, we'll just draft receivers. Screw it, we'll sit back and just draft guys and go that way, go the young route, the cheaper route.
I agree because I was in the Arsenal market. I was thinking about Chark, Robinson. I was kind of undecided on what I want to do with Chark because he is coming off that a fractured ankle. Yep. Which can be something that hinders him, especially because he's had, I think, ankle injuries in the past. But once the Jaguars paid Kirk, I was like, yeah, there's no way, it's not happening.
Well, didn't Chark go like what 1 year, 10 million or something like that?
Yeah, 1 year like 10 or 9 million to Detroit. Yeah. So he's probably gonna play it out. See if he can cash in next year.
Morgan Moses went to the Ravens.
3 years, 15 million.
3 years, 15 million.
Well, that's what he wanted. He wanted.
That's a steal.
That's a pretty reasonable contract.
Yeah, that's a steal, bro.
He made what, 5.5?
5 million, 5.5 last year. Yeah, that's a steal, man.
Hey, good for him.
Good for him. I think wide receiver at 10. Why I wouldn't trade back is because when you're looking to trade back, unless you're trading back like 1 or 2 spots, you have behind you the Eagles at 15, and they're probably going to draft a wide receiver. You have the Browns, who just got rid of Landry. They're most likely going to draft a receiver, whether they get Watson or not. See, if they get Watson, they'll probably not have that pick anymore. But if they don't get Watson, they'll definitely probably draft a receiver because they only have Cooper. I mean, what else they got? forgot the other guy's name, but they're probably looking at the market for receivers. So I think you have your choice of Wilson, Burks, London. I like Wilson, but
Me too.
Let me ask you a question though. Out of this class right here, draft wise, is it better than last year's?
Like, you mean wide receiver class?
Yeah. Wide receiver class. Is it better than last year?
You can't say that, no, because Chase was in last year's class.
Hold on. I looked up something, right? So we're talking about Chase, Waddle. You kind of throw Pitts in there, right?
Well, Pitt's a tight end.
Tight end.
No, but you basically a receiver. I'm saying Devontae Smith.
I mean, I think me personally, I would have liked Wilson third in that class behind Smith. Me personally, that's how much I like Wilson.
Out of the first round, which one of them guys impressed you the most, other than Chase? Smith, Tooney.
Smith was good.
Jalen Waddle was awesome.
I think
Kadarius Toney was awesome until he got hurt.
If Hurts played a bit better, Smith would have probably had an extremely good season. But I think Smith looked really good.
Yep.
I remember I watched the
better class though. Better class.
Yeah.
So what though?
I think Wilson would have probably been the third best receiver in that class in my mind.
You're getting him at 10.
Yeah.
You're addressing a need. Yeah.
If you identify a receiver that's a number one wideout that has those capabilities, I mean, it doesn't matter about last year's class. Like if you think Garrett Wilson has that potential and he fits your scheme, he fits your system.
The one guy that you guys said that Williams wouldn't have got hurt, that's a guy I would take at 10. That's what I would take at 10. If he wouldn't have got hurt. He's the best wide receiver in this class. And he's gonna be a superstar. That a guy like that, I would definitely take if he was healthy, no brainer. You know what I'm saying? Oversauce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I would.
I'll also say this. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go
ahead, brother. Go ahead.
You can cut him off.
I also say, because of the way things are, I get it. We take receiver 10, you expect him to be that number one guy instantly. But with I think where I look at it, remembering where our team is right now this year, like what's the real ultimate goal for this season is probably at best, push for a wild card spot, be in the mix, don't be out of the playoffs race completely by December. So, you look for them to keep making that steps. So, say you have this guy, right? You draft him, say he struggles a bit. You think I think more can easily be a number one.
But see, what I don't understand is everybody's saying we need to draft number one receiver. Right now, you're not, but you have Elijah Moore could be a breakout star. So you have that. You have Corey Davis. So for me at number 10, I'm not looking to fucking get Randy Moss. I'm looking to get another very good receiver to complement what we already have and maximize Zach Wilson's potential. That's what I want. I want a good receiving core. So if you want to have your feature guy, it's Elijah Moore right now. This kid's going to be a superstar. Now we're like, oh, we number one guy. Like, just as many pieces of the puzzle as humanly possible. Look at the Cincinnati Bengals. They went 3 wide, 4 wide, all that. Let's provide the same option. Like, I don't need a guy to come in and catch 75 passes this year. It's not what we're asking for.
But what's the fall off between taking somebody, later in the first round? What's the fall off?
I'm not even worried about fall off. I'm taking the best, what I consider the best receiver available at 10. That's what I'm taking. I'm not looking back. That's it. That's where I'm at.
Like what Tyson's saying, sorry, my bad, Tyrone.
No, sure.
You don't really need him to be that number one guy right now. And then you enter next season with, Elijah in year 3.
There's no pressure, dude. To me, if you take a receiver at 10, there's more, to me, to be honest with you, there's more pressure on Elijah Moore and Corey Davis next year than anybody else, especially fucking Corey Davis who got the big ass contract and was mediocre. So Elijah Moore showed a lot of good things. He's got to stay healthy. Like, there's pressure on them, not the number 10 pick.
To be honest with you, I want a receiver that can come in and help my quarterback from day one. That's all I want from day one. No, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's why I wouldn't mind taking somebody, the Cooper deal. I'd love to have it. Just give my quarterback that kind of option that's stable, that's done it over time. So,
we all want that, but I mean, sometimes you can't guarantee that that's going to happen. But if you can get someone you think is going to help your quarterback in the long run, I think it works out. I mean, we have Uzoma, who's definitely going to help him. It's in day one. We have other weapons who are going to be there. And I think with the Davis thing is kind of interesting is, next year's, kind of getting ahead of myself. Next year's wide receiver class kind of stacked. Say you draft a receiver, you got Moore, You get rid of Davis, you can get out of the contract.
And the other thing too is that we're not even really talking about is like you have Corey Davis. If you bring in this receiver, who it is, we're also going to have, in theory, 2 tight ends. You're going to have Uzuma and you're going to have whoever we draft. So it's like they're going to spread the ball around all over the place. We're going to have options. So it's going to be different. I think it's interesting, man.
Hey, Tyson, let me ask you a question. Say they brought in somebody like Juju or Landry. How would you guys feel about taking the receiver at 10 then?
I don't want either one of those guys. I don't want Juju or Landry.
I mean, I wouldn't do it then.
Nope.
Because then that's just bad, use of.
I don't want either one of those
but
guys.
Either one of those guys are probably signing just a 1 or 2 year deal. I don't think those guys are getting 3-4 year contracts.
I'd rather get my receiver at 10 and let him, Elijah Moore, grow with Zach Wilson, and let's just flourish.
I definitely feel that.
And then I think, AJ Brown's my guy. Everyone knows I love
He loves Elijah Moore too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, bro. Real talk.
I would cut Davis and pick up Brown instantly if he hit the market.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Oh, bro, what? Yes. Today, baby.
I think I would write JD a freaking letter myself, tell him to break the bank. Fuck his values, I think talking about safety or corner, even though I like Sauce, I think Sauce will be good. I think Hamilton will be good. There's also other guys you can get second, third round. It's a deep draft in those positions where we could, for example, get there's freaking Daxton Hill. There's some of those guys. I think McKinley from Oregon is going to be very good, and he's going to go probably like 3rd, 4th round. I'm going to bring up my kicker again, just out of nowhere in the 5th round. I heard you guys bring up.
Listen, man, it's the free agency show. We're gonna stick the free agency, man. Now you're trying to drop. I just realized that you had Rutgers as great as Notre Dame in your name. I didn't notice that.
I noticed that from the beginning. Shit.
I had to. So we're gonna beat you tomorrow. I had to assert some confidence.
Yeah, this is the dude that thinks Kittle's overrated. This is the same guy. So, Javid, first of all, I want to thank you for taking the time to call in. I want to wish your team the best of luck tomorrow night, too. Rutgers is a fun team to watch, man. It's exciting.
Want to put a bet on it?
What do you want to bet, man?
I don't know. Don't you guys do the normal thing? Shotguns?
I think Tyson should shotgun next stream if Notre Dame loses.
That's fine. I mean, I don't watch Notre Dame basketball, but if you want to play this game, I'll do it. Let's do it.
I was asking PT if he wanted to do another bet on our last tournament. He said Rutgers was going to lose. I mean, we blew.
I'm on your side now. You're playing Notre Dame.
Anything Notre Dame you hate. So, all right, you got a deal. We'll shotgun bet.
Yeah.
Have a good night, man.
You guys too. I'll see you next time.
Have a good night, dude. Enjoy your spring break.
All right, we're gonna go to. All right, so we've had a really good string of calls here. Do we want to tempt fate, or do we want to continue the good calls? Prime time. I'll let you decide.
I mean, I guess we got to tempt fate at some point, right?
Tyrone, you want to tempt fate or you want to continue good calls?
Hey, bro, tempt fate, baby. You know how we do.
Let me just grab another drink first.
All-out show, baby.
I need another drink for this.
It's the all-out show.
I'm not sure I'm ready for this because the last time I haven't laughed that hard in a long time, dude. Is your dog around?
Listen, I already know who it is. Listen, why you think I rushed to get home, bro? I couldn't miss this call, bro. I couldn't miss this. I need to laugh tonight, bro. I couldn't miss this call.
All right. So, what's up, man?
Yeah, so my dog's around. Look what he did to my hat.
Your dog ate your hat? Oh shit!
What happened to it?
I don't know.
He ripped the felt off the little top.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah.
And here's the knucklehead himself.
Well, do you feed him? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's cute, man.
And this is, if you don't remember, this is Linus.
That's right.
Linus. Nice to meet you, Linus.
Nice to meet you, Linus. Yes, sir.
He's acting all innocent now.
There's nothing wrong. You have no idea.
What are we doing?
This is the
We're talking
greatest
free
show
agency.
ever.
All right, you know what? I do want to talk about free agency.
How's that truly going?
Okay. What are your thoughts?
Well, I love it, for all the people who are bashing Joe, we're like hating on Joe Douglas right before free agency. What do you have to say now? And I'm gonna join you in a
this
drink.
is an I told you so call.
What's he doing?
Hey, Vince,
I'm joining you in a drink.
Hey,
Vince, you having a drink? There you go. What are you drinking?
Oh.
What is that?
Like something hard.
Oh, Cuervo. There you go.
Okay.
No, I'm saving the Don Julio for the draft. The good
There you
stuff.
go.
Okay. Hey, did you pass your driving test?
No, I haven't done it yet. Like, I'm still reading the book. I got to get through the book, do some more of the dry runs, and then take the real thing.
You gotta try
Good luck with
Casamigos,
that, man.
man. Casamigos tequila is good too. You got
Not before
1942.
you
Hey, yo,
drive
Tyson,
access, though.
that is really fire, man. I had some of that like 2 weeks ago, bro. It's fire.
Yeah,
We
it's
drank the
good.
whole bottle, bro. We killed the whole bottle. And what's the other one, man? We hit, bro. It was
1942 is good,
yo,
man. It's
it was
expensive, but it's good.
real
Oh yeah, no.
man.
My uncle left it over here when he came over for my sister's birthday. That's all he drinks.
It's good, man.
The thing is, Puerto Ricans generally drink rum, but he's a tequila guy.
I mean, that's
Drink
just.
rum. Okay, it's the whole,
I mean,
whole
that's-
Puerto Rican
that's-
family.
Okay,
Hey,
but
listen. Hey, listen,
Didn't
man,
you
listen,
didn't you have a
listen.
Puerto Rican accent one show that you did?
No,
Yeah.
I don't have a Puerto Rican accent.
No, didn't you
So,
imitate?
so
like, a
going
Puerto Rican
back,
accent?
going back to free agency, man. What do you like about the? What do you think about the class?
Well, here's the thing. They all have the same things in common. They're all good character guys. They're versatile, and they're durable. And
Yep.
I love all. And also, you got some guys who are familiar with the system.
Yep.
Another thing, I fact checked it. Yes, the guard he did play right guard in college. So
That's good to know.
anyone worrying about him being able to transition to the spot, he's done it before, so he'll be fine, or should be.
What do you think about the corner, Reed?
I like it. One thing I love is that if you look at his numbers, every year he's been getting better, and better, and that's only he's only going to get better. And I was actually right before I came on the show, I was talking with a Buccaneers fan about the safety. He said, "Look, he's not going to be a Pro Bowler, but he's a solid, steady guy that you can rely on."
He's a big hitter, man. He lays people out.
Yeah, no, he puts the beat down. And he actually played in the Super Bowl banged up.
Yep. Yeah, that's one thing. He kept coming back from injury. He's good. I think the mantra with most of his classes, they're all competitors, man. They're
Competitors. They're fighting.
Yep.
They're going to compete. They're going to put their ass. They're going to just put it all on the line.
So, is there anybody still out there that you want to try to make a run out for the Jets?
Well, I was interested in the linebacker the Jaguars cut.
Miles
He's got
Jack?
he worked with Old Rig in college, and he worked with Saleh in Jacksonville in his first year. So he has familiarity with them. So it'd be nice. The guy gets a lot of tackles.
Yep.
The guy tackles a lot. So he's very good. Honestly, besides that, like, obviously I think I agree with you. There's probably not going to be many more big signings, mostly depth. Pete moves from this point on. Like, we just saw them re-sign Nathan Shepard.
Yeah.
That move. I mean, probably at this point, what is it? Is it him and Quinnen as the last McCagnon guys left at this point?
I think so. Unless they bring back May or somebody like that.
Well, I don't think they're going to bring back May. I don't think the injury. I mean, we've heard they like to, but I don't think it's going to happen.
So other than, I mean, would you consider anybody else like a Cordell Patterson or anybody like that, or you kind of think the running back room is good?
No, I'd rather get a runner in the draft. I think they're going to get one of those, the brute force runners.
Yeah.
Because right now they have the shifty guys, the shifty back. They want that brute.
You want that power guy.
The
So
guy
would you?
that hit the.
But would you consider a fullback though? I remember, I don't know if he signed yet or not, but would you consider a fullback from the Ravens?
I don't. Maybe I might consider it, depending on like.
Okay.
Like what does he ask?
You want to play some music?
Getting a lot of requests.
Right now, I am not singing. There's only one man in my family who can sing, and he refuses.
All right, so you're gonna play music, but we don't want to scare your dog though, man.
No, his ears are a little sensitive, so no.
You enjoy it.
We don't want to scare the dog. I mean, the dog looks nice and calm, and you already ate your hat. You don't want him to eat anything else in there.
Yeah, no. I've had dogs eat my hats before. I had a pit bull eat my black Yankees cap.
Yeah, that happens. What happened to your? What happened to your second dog? Don't you have two dogs?
Yeah. Oh, she's upstairs with my mom. She's
wow.
Each like he's my special. I'm his special person. My mother is her special person.
Okay, that's fair enough. I don't have any special persons, so they're lucky.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's cool, man.
No, they're not the first dogs I've had. They're like, let's get back to the draft. Let's get back to football. So I think the moves they've made have clearly stated what their draft intentions are with those first two picks.
Which is what?
Probably edge and wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I just love what we've seen so far with this. Like, look, Like right now with the offensive line, I know you're not big McGovern guys, but even right now with the way the line is, it's just vastly better. Because look, even though McGovern is not a great center, he's not like a liability. Like he is not like a liability in the same way that
Yeah, is that our standard now? He's not a liability. How about we make it a strength?
No, I'm not saying that we can't grab a center, but I'm saying you don't have to like prioritize it like in the same way that like if you didn't have him, like you'd have to prioritize getting a guy like a Tyler Lindenbaugh. Like you could maybe wait a little later.
But it's a guy out there right now that's better than him. That probably
There's two of them out there right now that's better than him.
That would actually probably be about the same money, younger, and listen, why not finish the line? I mean, listen, that your anchor of your line has to be your strongest piece. Now, my problem with McGovern is this: when I watch my quarterback get smacked in the face and my center didn't do shit, I have a problem. With
I agree with that. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I have a problem with that. So, you okay?
You checked out?
Okay.
Are
you doing the practice
I
test?
didn't read the chat. Like, why?
Don't read the chat.
You always read it, man. You always read it.
I do read it. Like
They're more concerned. They're more concerned with your TV and your bed.
Yeah.
Like
someone
like,
said make your bed. Why do you make your bed, man? So you make your bed today?
Like I gotta read this. I feel like a bear is gonna walk by and it would be totally normal.
Why is your TV so high up?
Why is it? Yo.
It's because
that hurt my neck.
It's because underneath is the cable box. It's on a stand, and underneath the stand is the cable box and the Xbox One. So it doesn't
like binoculars for that thing.
You got a really big room too, man. Like, yo. Hey, someone said make your bed, Vincent. You make your bed today?
I didn't make my bed. Shit, I have no time for that.
I sleep on.
It's a good talking to you, man. We appreciate your insight.
All right.
Have a good night, bro.
Have a good night, dude.
See you later, Linus.
Yeah, look, my dog come on the show, man. Everyone bring the dog on the show, man. We start charging.
Well, better than I thought. Yeah,
all right, we're gonna go to let's see what we got here. Go to Sean. What's up, Sean?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Not great. Remember, I'm a Seahawks fan, so it's not a great week. But I'm also looking at players that I think you guys are also looking at. Me and my friend, we kind of run a podcast, but we haven't been doing anything for months. So we do a bit of research on the side.
There's a lot of shows like
great
that
way to promote it.
Yeah, no, we just haven't even gotten we're just doing research right now. We're trying to get into the groove of things. But
so wait, if you're gonna do research and do nothing with it, then why do the research?
Well, for now,
knowledge in your head.
Well, for now, I could come on to this show and share with you guys.
Well, give us your.
Well, I was gonna say, tell us about DJ Reed. Yeah,
DJ Reed.
Oh yeah, DJ.
Go ahead, baby.
No, DJ Reed. I think that's a great pickup. Like I was really sad when I saw that he went to you guys. Like I'm glad that you guys got him, but I think it's a steal. Like we should have re-signed him. And he was a really good outside corner. Like every game he played for us, he pretty much locked down one side of the field. Obviously, like not Richard Sherman level, but he was really, really good. I think his pass rating allowed was it was under a 40, which is really, really good. And we had our fair share of problems with corner. It's only going to get worse now because we don't have him anymore. I think we're getting primed to get like Stingley or Gardner in the draft. But like since you have DJ Reed now, I think it's really good. On the other side, you can continue to develop Bryce Hall. So I don't think corner's a huge need in the draft for the Jets right now. I think in the draft, so I agree that corner should be the biggest need for the Jets right now. I think generally because you see what the Bengals did. They built their offense through the draft and their defense mainly through free agency. And I think that is a really good way to build a team, especially the way that the Jets are building it right now. You could trade back. You could get a receiver like Olave, London, Wilson, if he's available there. Corner, I'm not a big fan of. D-line, I mean, after losing Foley, Jordan Davis or Devontae Wyatt is a really good option. But I generally think in the first round, fourth overall, it could go either way. It could go Hamilton. He's a fan favorite, and he's very versatile on defense.
Not a fan favorite in this fan base.
He's super versatile. At 10, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if I think you should build with as many picks as possible. So trading back and getting the wide receiver you want is going to be really good for Wilson to give him that 1-2 punch. I mean, like Burrow had Higgins, Boyd, and Chase.
So who are the receivers you like then?
I'm really between Olave, who's really underrated, and he played with Justin Fields. And Fields is a very like Zach Wilson-esque quarterback in terms of how mobile he is. And I think that's how Michael LaFleur's building that offense. He's building it around Zach Wilson's mobility, which is very similar to what Justin Fields had to deal with in college. So I think Olave is used to that system. He loves going deep. And Zach Wilson loves throwing it deep. That's what Corey Davis is for. I just don't think Corey Davis, obviously, is a long-term option for the Jets. Right. So 2 really good young wide receiver options are the way to go. In terms of free agency, like I said, I think defense. You got to build it through the defense. The only offensive position I would say you can go to, through free agency would probably be J.C. Treader, who just got let go today. Yeah. He's a really good center. He's really experienced. He's played a couple playoff games. He's had to deal with Baker Mayfield. I think Zach Wilson's a much better upgrade from that, especially in a Mike LaFleur offensive system. I think J.C. Treader's a really good get. I don't really know how deep the center draft is, but that's the guy that's on my radar too as a Seahawks fan. You have Akeem Hicks, Melvin Ingram, Justin Houston. If you want to go corner, Bryce Callahan's another really good one because he's super underrated. He also allowed a really low passer rating when he was on the Broncos.
Isn't he more of a slot guy, Callahan?
He's more of a slot guy, but I think if he's developed well, you might not necessarily need him on the outside. You have Reed now, but he's a really good option to have just as a rotational piece in the secondary. And then on linebacker, I think you could get some help for someone like CJ Mosley. CJ Mosley. Yep. I think Miles Jack is a really good option. He's only 26. He's really good. And then the other one, and this is going to be really sad for me to say, but if you want experience, Bobby Wagner.
So that was the question I was going to ask you, because obviously you guys cut him, but does he have anything left? Because there's a portion of the fan base, of your fan base, that says, you know what, he's lost a step. He's not really the same player he used to be. He's not really worth the money that he wants. What is your take on Wagner?
I think he obviously made second team All-Pro. I do think he was a little bit overrated in terms of where he was voted into the All-Pro team. Because if you saw the game against the Bears that we lost last minute, he was missing tackles all over the field. Now, my theory is, and I think this was kind of proven right because he didn't play that last week against the Cardinals, and he got injured first snap against the Lions the very next week, is that he was playing through an injury and he didn't disclose how severe it was. And as a result, he was that was the most uncharacteristically un-Bobby Wagner performance I've ever seen. Okay. Now, if he gets over that injury, I genuinely think he can be he can continue to be a perennial Pro Bowl, second team All-Pro caliber player. He's very experienced. I think he's got a couple good years left in the belt.
Probably 2 good years left in him, right?
Yeah, I would say 2 to 3, at the best case scenario, just given his age. But he's also a really good mentor. Guys love him. I mean, he was the heart and soul of our defense. He just put his head down and he kept working.
But that was Jamal Adams.
No, Jamal Adams, I really like Jamal Adams. We didn't use him well last year. We used him mainly in the secondary and not enough as a box safety, outside linebacker type dude. But Bobby Wagner, the best thing I like about him and the reason he's probably my favorite Seahawk of all time is that he just puts his head down and gets to work. After all the BS that we've had to undergo, all the Pete Carroll, John Schneider, drafting BS, not building a good defense. He's just put his head down. He kept working. He kept picking up Pro Bowls and first team All-Pros. He kept making plays for us. And then we still didn't have the courtesy of telling him that he was cut. He had to find out through Twitter. So
now the most important question is, your little compadre had a little meltdown last week when we asked him questions about Russell Wilson. So as a diehard Seahawk fan, how has that experience been with Russell Wilson getting his way out of town and going to Denver?
Well, I felt empty afterwards. I'm not going to lie. And the worst part is the friend that I kind of run this podcast with, he's a Broncos fan. Mm-hmm. And I've known that he's a Broncos. So yeah, brutal. The very first thing I texted him as soon as I found out, he hadn't found out yet because it was right when it happened. I just texted him on Instagram, fuck, man. I just said, take care of him. That's all I said. And then I let him figure out what happened.
But that's got to be, it's got to be tough because, Johnny, we saw this earlier, but 3 years, $15 million for Morgan Moses. It's got to be tough though, because he won a Super Bowl. So that's great. He had some epics, you had an epic time as your quarterback, but then he wanted his way out because he wants more money. He wants all that stuff. That's got to be just an enormous pain in the ass. But then you also say, okay, where do we go from here? Deshaun Watson apparently said no to you guys. What are you guys doing at quarterback, man? Because not even that great of a quarterback class. It's a lot of just as of now, it's it's kind of unknown.
I think right now we just got to wait it out. We got Drew Lock as a bridge quarterback. I don't think anyone seriously expects much out of him. He wasn't great in Denver, obviously.
That's a bridge made out of toothpicks.
I'm not Gino. I'm not like Geno is a great backup. I think Geno showed he was he wasn't the guy that we needed even as a bridge when he played for us. I think Geno could be a good option. He just wasn't as impressive as I thought he would be. Now, granted, he did play the Saints and the Steelers
I know that
defenses.
experience.
Like he was great against the Jags. And then, yeah, granted, the Saints, one of the best defenses last year, played him in rainy weather. And like the only score that we got that game was a fluke 75-yard run. Like it was a broken play.
Absolutely.
And then we played the Steelers. But
I
like,
have a question for you though. I have a question.
Yeah.
So like, so right now with everything that's going on in Seattle, like, I think you guys are just going to build around Jamal Adams.
Wait, I didn't hear you.
Are you guys, everything that's going on, I think you're just going to build a team around Jamal now. I mean, I think he's going to be the cornerstone.
Build a defense around him.
I mean, we have to. Like, I know it sounds weird, but like, it's the only option we have. We have to use him as like in as versatile a way as possible. Because who else do we have on defense? We have an aging Carlos Dunlap. We have
the better question is Jamal Adams going to embrace being a part of another rebuild?
I think in order to avoid just being the laughingstock of the league for another few years, he's going to keep his head down, at least for the next 1 or 2 years, not say anything about what's going on. I don't know if that's his MO, but he's not going to make any noise right now. Because you know how ridiculous that's going to sound?
He got his money, man. That's all it was about the whole time. He got his money.
But
if anything, you got to maximize his talent, man, and put him at the line of scrimmage. Let him attack the quarterback. Let him attack the line of scrimmage. He's not a coverage safety, man. To have him that coverage is a joke. He just gets exposed.
That wasn't going to work. But I think that, listen, you guys need so much. But I think it's a total 10 on a rebuild right now, and he's doing it all in one action. So I mean, a guy like that is a great player to have. You know what I'm saying? But you guys lost so much, man.
But the other thing too, since you're a Seahawks fan, is are there anything to the rumors about either Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf getting traded?
I've been hearing that. Like at first I heard Tyler Lockett, then I heard DK. If one of them gets traded, like that's how you know we're going full rebuild.
You're going full tank mode.
I don't think we are because we re-signed Quandre, and Quandre is one of the better safeties in the league. We have so much money tied in the safety position that we can't afford to play Jamal as a safety. He has to play everywhere. Otherwise, what's the point of paying both of your safeties like 20% of the cap, right? But I don't think we're gonna like blow it all up if we're re-signing Quandre like that. If we're keeping in Jamal, we're not restructuring with him. I think we're probably going to be like a 6-7 win team next year. Like at best.
So in your opinion, if as a Seahawks fan, you want to keep Metcalf though, right? You're not willing to trade him, are you?
For sure. Like he's going to be Drew Lock or whoever the quarterback is, even if it's Geno or anyone, his best friend, even Tyler Lockett. And the one qualm I had with Russ is that in like 3rd and short, 2nd and short situations, he would just like throw it deep. Yeah. And like more often than not, I know we love like watching Russ's moon balls, but more often than not, he would miss. It would either be his fault, or receiver's fault, or the O-line's fault. But you got to take what the defense gives you. I think Robert Saleh said that after a game that the Jets played. Like that's exactly what Russ didn't do.
We said that for about 10 weeks with Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think like Mike White or Joe Flacco against the Bills second time around. I know they lost that game, but like he gave even Josh Johnson against the Colts. They took what the defense gave them, and Russ didn't do that enough. He just went deep. He just kept trying to play the hero. Maybe like he could because he has the.
Tyrone does that a lot. Always try to play the hero. It's the same shit.
That's the one thing I won't miss about Russ. Like obviously, I'm gonna look at the last 10 years and I'm gonna look at it fondly. We got a ring. We probably should have had 2, but we got 1 out of it. Let's look towards the future. This is really the first bit of adversity I've had as a Seahawks fan since I started watching.
Let me tell you, as a longtime Jet fan that's had a miserable experience of quarterbacks, you've been blessed, my friend, to watch a quarterback play at that level, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and won a Super Bowl. And you should have won 2. Had we had that experience, dude, we pray every 2 years we get to find one quarterback. You've had one for a long time though, so be happy about.
We have a 10. We have 10.
And to be able to find him in the 3rd round too.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. A 10-year run.
After you just signed Matt Flynn.
Those 3 drafts.
And you guys can pick your credit because you know what I'm saying. Everybody told me shouldn't have did it, and he chose Russell over. You know what I'm saying? Over signing the quarterback for big money. So, kudos to him.
Sean, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Oh, one last thing. One last thing.
Yes, sir.
So, in terms of the Generals, what do you guys think we're gonna do?
I can't wait, man. We got April 16th. We're about a month away, man.
That's like the one fandom we share. Even though I'm a Seahawks fan,
absolutely, man.
I'm a Generals fan.
Once free agency dies down, I'll start giving my insight. I'll break down the Generals roster for you. I'll give you all like the ins and outs, the strengths of the team, and everything else. I'm very excited about that.
All I know is Terry Poole.
Schedule preview.
Yeah, schedule preview. Yeah, everything.
Awesome.
Have a good night, man.
Thanks. You
Have a good
too.
night, bro.
See you guys.
Have a good night, man.
No, it's cool. A friend of mine.
call.
What team did he go to? He went to. Shit, I forget. I think he's playing for Houston. I gotta find out. Maybe we may be going to some USFL games, my friend.
I'll go. I'm down.
It's in Alabama. I don't give a shit. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I go. Yes, sir.
All right. So now we got to bring on a resident cap expert now because now we've made a lot of financial moves. We got to question the contract.
You better have all the numbers updated.
And yeah, of course. And that was a great call that was an excellent call by Sean. That was he did really good. He was very, very well prepared for two teams. What's up, man?
The pick is in.
Uh-oh.
With the 4th pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Jets select Kyle Hamilton, safety, Notre Dame. It's St. Patty's Day coming up. We got to give the Irish something.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
How you doing, sir? All right.
Hello, Tyrone. Tyrone, I loved your video. I'm looking forward to your next take. I can't wait for another 30-second video. So
that'll probably come in June. So don't worry about it.
That was. Hey, listen, man. Check got
Sounds
cut.
like a backhanded compliment a little bit.
Yo, the check got cut. Actually, it was a minute. It was a minute and 30 seconds. I just want to put that out.
Were you waiting at a light when you made that video?
Yo, listen. That was a minute and 30 seconds. Anything over 45 seconds is extra. I'm just putting that out.
Okay. Must have been at the toll booth there waiting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great free agency. You got to love it.
Absolutely.
The best pick for me was Tomlinson, because now that sends the signal out to everyone there that if Aquano falls at 4, he's available if you want to move up. And they can move down, because you could see the Giants picking next. They need help on the O-line, and they're gonna pick somebody. And why not pick the best available guy? If it's an edge, it's an edge. You take the edge. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But there's ability to move back. As far as wide receiver, you probably see Wilson go at what is it? When's Atlanta pick? I think Atlanta's going to go. Yeah, because they lost Ridley for the year, so they're going to go for another quarterback, for another wide receiver. So it appears that it's edge and wide receiver because of the need. But I see Tyrone's point, because Gardner, out of all the cornerbacks there, is probably the best available at his position. Whereas the wide receivers, is there much of a separation from the first and second round? That's the big thing. No one's really standing out except for that kid that got hurt. Okay. So it's like, we're looking at if you can grab someone in the second, but you're also going to, you're getting another weapon in tight end, hopefully in the second.
Wait, so I got a question. You're our salary cap guy. You're trying to drop draft knowledge on us. I have a question. With all the moves we made so far, how much cap space do we have going forward to make any more moves?
I don't know yet. I haven't seen any updates. I don't know. I don't know how he structured I don't know how he structured all the contracts. I still don't even see. I don't even know how much they gave Joyner. How much they give Joyner?
Come on, man. We have no idea. We're just running around in circles.
You haven't contacted any sources? Nothing?
What sources? You're the only
you
sources.
Didn't do any kind of calculations? Nothing?
Call up some agents.
You figure.
Find out the numbers.
With this last 2 picks, I kind of figure maybe
our finance guy. Look at him. He's trying to figure
12,
out his head now.
12 million, maybe 12 million.
We always preach preparation on the show. This is what we're dealing with. He's guessing now.
But he's going to keep some for emergency use. But listen, he squeezed a lot of players in, considering that the cap only went up to 208.
Based on your professional opinion, your expertise, do we have the cap space to make any more big time moves or any like legitimate moves? Or are we kind of stuck right now? We're kind of like more.
I think at this point he's going to go a value, because he's going to replace guys he's going to cut. That's how I.
That's my next question.
So they can still sign a legitimate center as long as that's replacing McGovern, right?
Because you're going to save the 9 and you're going to use that 9 towards that guy. Same thing. They haven't cut GVR because they got to replace him. So you're going to
replace him.
Yeah. Tomlinson. What are they waiting for?
You still need additional help.
Get him out of here.
So
LDT,
but-
man,
Well,
bring him back.
They did
But-
pay. Yeah, well, they did pay Feeney
you know, there's
3.5
still-
last year. So
What was that?
they did pay Feeney 3.5 million last year just for
Yeah,
depth. So
and he's a free. Well, you know, I don't think
I'd
he's
bring
going
him
to come
back. Why not?
Yeah, bring it back
Good
at
shot,
half of that. You know, there's see who's there'll be a lot of cuts.
I know. I'm with you, Trevor. This is supposed to be our voice of reason. Drop some knowledge on us. I don't know is the answer.
Not all the contracts have been exposed as far as
Now the
the
excuses are
numbers.
coming out now too. Now you're backtracking and waffling.
Same thing. Look at Jaguars. How did they pull it off? Because they probably backloaded half of the contracts. Okay.
All right. So in terms of the one position that we were kind of like debating about is the center position, which the whole McGovern thing I find fascinating. Can't we, if we cut him, we could save money, can't we?
You cut him, you only have $1 million against you. You got $9 million you can save.
It's okay. So
only $1 million counts. You're stuck with that $1 million.
Yeah, but
you,
how much you save?
$9 million.
You're saving $9 million. So then you could take that money and apply it to Bozeman or Treader then.
And you have your guy for the next 3-4 years.
Tread is 31. Bozeman's 27. You want the younger guy.
Okay, so then give me Bozeman.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know what he's. I got to see what he made last year. Miles Jack made $12 million last year.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if you're going to squeeze. You're going to be able to. Maybe he gets about.
If I had a choice between a linebacker and a center, I want my center.
Yeah, absolutely. You just finish it. I don't think they have. I mean, he is. He's an acceptable center at this point, considering now you've got all four
coming off injury,
both sides solidified.
I think Bozeman was coming off his rookie contract. It was a 4-year deal at $2.5 million. So I think that was his rookie deal. He's coming off of.
Yeah, but it comes off
now, after all this, we have roughly $24 million left in cap space and need $18 million for the draft class. I don't expect any signings until after the draft unless we cut players or restructure Mosley's contract. There you go, Dan. But we can cut players though. We can cut like what Van Roten. We can cut just like
Ryan
2 or
Griffin.
3 guys we can get rid of.
Well, you look at that 18 million for the draft, and then you got to subtract the guys that they draft are going to replace guys that they're going to cut. So you're really reducing that down.
Yeah.
Right. You're reducing
I thought it was
going to
be 18. I thought it was going to be 18 to 20, and then I think Samini tweeted yesterday that it was only going to be 14 million for the draft.
He did that because basically, like I said, you're going to replace guys from the draft in the lower tiers to replace guys that are making less. So you're swapping those guys out. But I calculated based on Spot Track, it was 18 million was the most that was going to cost if they from rounds 1 for all the picks that they had, which was the top 2 had taken up almost $12 million right off the bat. Yeah. So it's a lot of money. Yeah, 4 and 10. But if you bring that down, his moves allowed him. Now he can do a lot of things with 4 and 10. Move depends, wave it around, see who wants, and get who he wants at this point. Edge is priority. Tibbetts not there. I have no problem going with Karlaftis. I think
4?
He has an
4.
4. I could take him at 4. I don't think he's. I think he's got a high motor. I think a lot of people are overlooking him because of the other 2 guys. You also got Trayvon Walker is a possibility as well. Yeah. His number, a lot of people look at it that he wasn't utilized the way he should have been in Georgia, but he's he's very, very athletic, very talented. He needs to be, he needs to learn that craft.
And didn't they have him at the Senior Bowl, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
dude, so Baker Mayfield just released a statement.
I'm reading it right now, actually. Yeah.
Baker Mayfield just released a statement saying he just loves being in Cleveland. We made many memories. I have no clue what happens next, which is the meaning behind the silence I've had during this duration of the process. I can only control what I can, trusting in God's plan throughout this process. But then he says, I I've given this franchise everything I have. That is something I've always done at every stage, at every level, and that will change, and that will not change wherever I take my next snap.
Seems like
Whatever
a farewell
happens.
letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to
Especially
thank
the end.
you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo.
Cleveland
I
will
just wanna-
always be a part of Emily and my story. We'll always be thankful for the impact it has and had.
The
They
Browns
must have
it has
told.
in our lives.
They must have told him.
Yep. They must have said something.
Wow.
They're trading him. Was he going for the Deshaun Watson thing?
Did
Nah,
you
yo.
hear
Think so?
Bart Scott's take?
No.
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 He
What
made
did
it. He
say?
made it. He said Arizona should swap quarterbacks. It makes
Yeah.
sense
Like
for
Kyler
both
Murray.
teams.
Yeah.
Not only
Doesn't Kyler
that,
Murray
but
want out?
exactly.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to play, and they got 4 years left on his rookie contract.
wonder
that
if,
helps the
like-
team rebuild, and then Watson has a team that he can. Take
I wonder
to the
if
Super
it's
Bowl.
just say. I wonder if like a team like the Panthers, or maybe like a team like the Panthers makes a move for
Tyson.
Mayfield.
Why? They
Yo.
got Sam.
Yo. Panthers.
Yeah, man.
That's
I mean,
it.
they want a real quarterback. But there's got to be
So,
something
so,
going
hey,
on there. I mean, there's,
Tyson, tell me
If
what
it's the Pan-
situation this reminds you of.
or Baker Mayfield to Seattle.
No. Where the Browns just talked to another quarterback. Now their quarterback is disgruntled a little bit. He's probably going to get a contract extension. What does this situation remind you of?
I don't know, but
Come on. And the Jets fucking talked to Peyton Manning, and then they had to extend Sanchez, and they traded for Tebow and all that bullshit.
wow, Baker Mayfield. That Brown situation is just weird, man. That is so weird.
Okay, see what they're going to give up.
See, Afram is correct. A good rule of thumb is add 900,000 to the cap for every drafted player that replaces a current player. Look at
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Daniel.
Daniel and Afram are two experts here.
Dan knows this stuff.
There you go.
Dan, he does know the shit.
But now but I tell you that I'm surprised Arizona doesn't want to do something like that. It would clearly compete with the rest of that division. And
But the weird thing is that, and like I like Mayfield, but he took a beating last year, and he played with injuries and all kinds of stuff, and dealt with all kinds of nonsense. And
He was their savior the year
he just
before.
didn't pan out. It's just not, he's got
played
a lot of talent. He's got a lot of talent on that team, and
wow,
he didn't go much with it. I mean, he did make the playoffs, but
for him to
the
post something like
games-
that, though, there's something up though. He's definitely getting traded somewhere.
Well, he had to have been told that we're moving
Yeah.
forward. I just want to see what he'll end up. I
wanna see
guess
where
he'll end up in Houston most likely.
Nah.
if they
Listen,
try-
I don't
But
think
if you're
Houston
Deshaun-
want a quarterback though.
Yeah, but if you're Deshaun Watson,
It might be part of the trade.
yeah, but if you're Deshaun Watson, you'd want to play with. He has no trade clause. I'd want to play with Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. I mean,
Absolutely.
guess-
I'm not going to the AFC anyway, bro.
I don't
Why
want to go
would
to the Browns.
Yo, you got a chance, bro. You got a fight over there, bro. No, I want the NFC. I got a chance.
I mean, the only
Every year.
I don't know where Atlanta comes from.
It
I don't
says
know
Saints, Falcons, Panthers, and Browns are the finalists, supposedly.
It's
That's
with the
what
Saints.
Armand's telling.
He's going to New
the
Orleans.
Saints
bro.
are cap hell. I don't know how they can do any of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how they're doing it either.
I mean, the Panthers have got a lot of guys just to bring up the cap availability, just I guess to pay him. But
I guess where's he from? Where's he from? Georgia?
Nah, Georgia.
Yeah.
He's in Georgia.
So
Yeah,
to me, the
yeah.
Panthers made sense because you got McCaffrey, you got DJ Moore, you got Robbie Anderson, you got some guys down there.
and he got a defense. He's got a defense there.
a
too,
very good
as well.
defense.
So I mean,
Wow,
and
this
his
Baker
contract
Mayfield
is
is
still good. His
wild, man.
contract's still low enough
Hey,
to
yeah,
absorb.
what if Vegas going to New Orleans? Good fit, right?
I would enjoy watching a competition with him and Sam, though. I think that's pretty fun to watch.
He beat him out.
No.
Only prime time,
we have to say one thing, man. Douglas and Solid, they're together on every decision. There's a plan.
Seems that way, yep.
They're sticking to it.
They have a player they want. They have a player type they want. They have the mindset. They have their criteria. Like we used to always talk about the play like a jet shit. We used to always say they have their player criteria. They have, and they're on the same page about it.
We talk about getting guys for culture. They have created the culture because they brought the guys that they want.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, 2022, you're the
we go.
Jets. I'm telling you,
You're the
it's going
Jets.
to be
Let's
great.
go.
All right, gentlemen. As always,
Have a great night, man.
you too. Tyrone, put another 10 seconds on that video, okay?
The boss
I
man
love
cut
you,
check, man.
Be good.
You'll get by 4th of July. You'll get that one.
Hey, that's my birthday, so I definitely do. I'll be drunk in that video. Trust me.
when you drive by like a railroad crossing and pull out the phone and I'll give you another 10, 15 seconds more to make a video.
That's a seriously, sir. That's a federal violation, and I could lose my contract with that.
Oh, shit.
Get a dash cam.
There you go.
Tyson's not paying enough for that one though. You can't do that.
Shit.
Hopefully one day.
I pay on productivity. You and Prime Time both getting fired. Shit. My right shoulder right now is killing me because I'm carrying these two clowns for the last 2 weeks.
And I have to say, I've noticed Primetime and Tyrone, every time it's in their car, they're making videos in their car.
I'm always working. That's why. I just started coaching 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have a good night, Ad.
Never home.
You too, be well.
Hey,
have a good night, man.
Coming from the cap guy who doesn't have the cap number.
So the next guy, I got a bone to pick with the next guy because this is not.
I'm ready.
This used to be a friendly conversation. This used to be all cordial and casual. But see, Tyrone, sometimes what happens is people mistake my kindness. They take advantage of it. And then they get a little empowered and they'd be like, yo, you got some problem, come back and get me. Some that shit like that. So Jose made a little video and he's like, I mentioned your name. You got a problem with it. Come talk to me.
Oh, shit. Wow.
So as a promoter of his channel and as I consider him a friend, we're going to go down that level now, Tyrone, which never works out well.
Never does.
He wants to talk.
When keeping it real goes wrong, let's go.
Yes,
so
sir. Listen,
he was feeling he had his feelings were all hurt about Russell Wilson. He had that fan energy. He tried to fake act like he wasn't mad about it when she was clearly mad about it. But I understand. I get it. Don't take that shit out on me. So
the moment you know you messed up, right?
So
you messed up, right?
So then he put it out there and he put it out there Twitter, tagged me in it. He tagged me in the tweet too.
Oof.
Am I on?
You're on.
What's up?
May not be for long.
Did you watch the video?
Nope, I refuse to.
Oh my God. I didn't even take a shot at you.
You called me out. If I have a problem, come talk to you. So I'm talking to you right now, and I'm not watching your video.
No.
I unsubscribed too.
Yeah. Okay, good for you. Good for you. Good.
Yep.
Now, when I said in the video, there's a difference between fan addicts and regular fans.
Yep.
I mentioned you as a fan addict, but then I mentioned that you had to be because of the channel. That's all I said. That's all I said.
All right.
But I didn't want it taken out of context by anyone else.
That's fine.
That's why I said.
We're still at war.
So you're not a fanatic. You're just a casual fan.
So what you're doing is what the approach you're going to take now is you're going to act like you're not upset and just say I'm a casual fan. Whatever happens, happens. I don't care.
Pretty much, because guess what?
But nobody believes you. That's bullshit.
PT?
What's up? No. Don't get PT involved in this. This is between me and you, my friend. No, don't even go look for help here, my friend.
I am going to tell you exactly what I told PT last week on Twitter in a
you send DMs now.
No.
So wait, you tweet me a call out, but you're sending him direct messages?
Well, no, I reached out to him to make sure he was okay after the show. You know, I know there's a lot of emotion going on. He lost his quarterback. I want to make sure he was
DM'd me.
I reach out to our viewers, make sure they're all right. You know?
And I told him. To me, it's not personal. Because guess what?
It's personal.
Do I get to talk?
Nope. It's my show. You could talk where you talk on your show. So it is personal because you are a diehard Seahawks fan. This departure of Russell Wilson is burning your ass, and you know it, and you're trying to pretend like it's not. You're trying to be the whole tough guy approach. You're gonna be the I'm the bad guy. I don't care. I don't care if my team sucks. I don't care. I'm just a fan. I'm a casual fan.
Tyson?
Nobody's buying it.
Tyson?
Nope.
Tyson, the reason I have the bad guy written on my name is that respect
for Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon, yeah.
The bad guy.
Yeah, but he was around last week when you had your takes.
Baby,
So when you had your little bold brash takes last week, he was still around. That's not an excuse.
No, that's the only reason I have the name.
Yeah, but you were still trying to act like a badass last week. Like, I don't give a fuck if my quarterback leaves. I don't care. You lie, man. You do. You're in pain. We understand, man. Primetime was in a 3-month depression when Sam Darnold got traded. We understand pain, dude. We understand.
And that guy didn't win shit for me. This guy won me a Super Bowl.
It takes courage to admit pain, my friend. It takes courage just to admit it. You're upset.
Do I get to talk?
No.
Only if you throw a toothpick at Tyson when you see you in Seattle.
You created this war. See,
I wish I could.
I thought we were on the same side, but you started this war. So now I got to end it with you.
It isn't a war.
Wait till I block you on Twitter.
Oh.
Okay.
Boy, kid, I don't do that. I don't block anybody, man. I stay for the arguments.
I know.
The old Tyson up, man. It's the old
But
Tyson.
anyway.
Man.
So, but you know what made my day even better? Made my day even better.
DJ Reed?
I know that you're in pain and you're miserable about Russell Wilson. Your team is falling apart, and then we just signed your best corner. That made my day, man. I mean, I felt great about that.
Actually, it would have. That would have hurt more had we not drafted his replacement last year. So it is what it is.
Is he a good player? Do you think?
Yes, he's a good player. As a matter of fact, the only reason the Seahawks got him, and Salah was pissed about this, but the year after the Niners went to the Super Bowl, DJ Reed got hurt, and they tried to put him on. They cut him thinking nobody would take him instead of putting him on IR, and the Seahawks picked him up.
Nice.
And that's what happened. That's how we got DJ Reed. So, yes, he's a good cornerback, but Tyson.
Yes, sir.
Something is up here. Because.
Up here?
Let me explain.
Uh-oh.
Let me explain. Because a couple hours ago, the Seahawks put up an announcement that said, tomorrow, PKR, John Snyder talked to the media. And now Baker Mayfield posts a cryptic tweet saying goodbye.
You think they're trading for Baker?
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, usually in free agency, after the first couple of days, teams have a recap meeting with their fans to talk about. They discuss all their moves and shit.
Yes, but usually PKR, John Snyder don't do that till after the draft.
I would love to see Baker Mayfield go to you. He'll drive you insane.
He probably would.
I want to see Sam and Jamal reunited.
Now, can I make?
You have a lot of requests tonight.
Can I make an announcement real quick?
Oh, you're making an announcement now?
Yeah.
What is this? Jeez, you give us a press release too over here?
No.
So wait, first you attack me, and now you want to make an announcement.
I did not attack you.
What the fuck is this? Let's talk Jose?
Sounded like an attack.
This is some horse shit. Go ahead.
I did not attack you. Okay.
You did.
No, I did not, and you didn't even see the video. So
I'm not going to watch it. I'm telling you right now.
I watched the video. It was a vicious attack. He's going after you. He went in hard.
So let's hear this announcement.
Okay, so for March Madness, people, March Madness is here. If anyone wants to
Let's talk March Madness.
No, PT, will you let me finish?
Now you're gonna do brackets. You're talking about brackets. Now you're promoting something for yourself. So let me get this straight. You come on here, you antagonize me, we argue, and now you're gonna try to promote your fucking bracket?
I did not antagonize you.
But you're promoting your bracket. Tell me right now you're promoting something.
No,
Are you promoting something right now?
Yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, Tyson.
This is some shit, man.
Do I get
Everybody,
to finish?
we
Go
get used
ahead.
by everybody, man.
Do I get to
Everybody
finish?
just uses us.
Go ahead.
No, I'm actually trying to give out money. So if people, if it's
How you giving out money?
it-
You're paying us to play?
I'm getting to.
Would you
No,
let him?
I'm not paying you. Everybody who wants to fill out a bracket can fill out a bracket. They follow me on Instagram, Tyson.
Oh, now we got to follow you on Instagram
gotta
too?
follow him.
Jesus Christ.
Tyson, I just followed you.
I'm not following you back.
Okay, thank you.
No, following you on YouTube was enough. Now I gotta follow you on Instagram too.
No. Follow me on IG, Sub to the Journal, and
So this went from like a conversation to basically a huge Jose promo. Follow me on Instagram, do this, do that. It's like you're giving us all instructions here now.
There's a million Jose Rodriguez's on Instagram.
It's probably Jayhawk21 or some shit.
Jayhawk 2593.
Oh, it's even harder.
Dude,
2593.
yes.
4 numbers.
So we got to follow your Instagram and then do your bracket?
No, just
Just follow you.
DM me a bracket. The person with the best bracket wins. I'm trying to do $30, so
That's not bad.
yeah, $30.
All right.
That's fair.
So I do like the moves the Jets have made. I'm surprised they got Usama because I thought the Bengals would never let him leave. He played on a sprained ACL for them in the Super Bowl like a crazy person. And why can't I get a good tight end? The last good tight end I had was
Well, but no, why? But wait, why do you care?
No,
You're just a
no.
fan. You're just a casual fan. Why do you care?
No!
You shouldn't care about any
Yeah,
of this.
Will Disley. Will Disley.
You should just
Tyson.
relax, man. It's no big deal. Just show up on game day,
Tyson.
watch the games. No big deal. Just a fan.
Tyson, let me
You're
finish.
you're not a fanatic.
Tyson.
Nope.
Tyson, the last tight end I had 5 years ago, and that was
Jimmy
my
Graham?
ex. That was my ex.
Oh.
Shit,
Oh,
that was
At least you made a funny joke finally.
That was funny.
dude, you cut me off.
But this is what you
Why
get,
did I
man.
finish it?
After all the support and love I've shown you, for you to come at me now, it's like
Oh.
now you've this is a
Hey.
contentious relationship now.
3 under the
Tyrone.
bus.
We got bad blood now.
Tyrone.
Don't get Tyrone involved in this. He ain't defending you.
No, Tyrone. You made a 1.5-minute video. My intros are longer.
Jose shout outs take longer than that.
Yes. And I always shout you guys out.
Hey Jose, listen.
Hey,
Hey, look, man. Don't come for me, man. I ain't sent. Look, don't come for me, man. I ain't sent for you. Stick with Tyson today, all right?
All
Love you, though,
right.
baby. I love you.
Love you too. Love you guys too.
Yeah, I did. I did a 1.5
Have a good night, man.
Can't wait to see you guys in Seattle.
Yes, sir. Good luck with your bracket.
All right. Love you guys. Good
Have a
night.
good night.
Have a good night, man.
And now I'm gonna get all these hate messages from people like, I can't believe you're so mean to me and shit. He came at me, man.
He called you out. He called you out.
All right, gentlemen, we're not bringing you on again, man. You're on 3 times. I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. Have a good night.
Have a good